mods.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you really have to.
A tear in my eye as I do. I mean, like it tends to be the choppiest shit normally, but
Mm-hmm.
like just kind of roll with it. Sound. That's just me. Punched that go live button. How have you been this week anyway? You've been just fighting a
Good.
good
I've
fight.
been, yeah, working away mostly.
Good.
Also destroying more furniture. The house renovation's never ending. The Hill House. It really never ends. So, but yeah, I've just been working away and getting stuff done.
Nice.
But,
All part of the fun.
I'm hoping I get the audiobook done this week. That is top of my list for that.
Nice. No, fingers crossed.
I saw the latest cat pictures. He's a
Yes.
gorgeous, gorgeous ginger boy.
Yeah, he's a little creature with a single
One
brain
brain
cell.
cell.
One brain cell bouncing around his little head. Harriet, thank you so much for the subscription. You've subscribed for 31 months. Holy shit. Yeah, but he's just a baby who
Yes.
all he wants is his dreamies and he wants to sleep forever. Right. I know, Harriet. You're strapped into the chair. You're doomed. And okay, uh, that's le Twitter done. Hey, Sky, thanks very much for the resub. Whole 13 months now. That's you trapped as well. Hey, Aldous Gala, how you doing? Welcome. Right, Tumblr next, and then that's me. I'll be good to go. Oh, that's good, Harriet. Well, glad to have you here. How are we all this fine day? For some reason, Tumblr was really not enjoying the tag, the bibliosphere. It wasn't autocorrecting like it normally does.
It's been doing that with your name as well for me.
It's a pain. But, I mean,
And they,
again...
I think they're fixing something. I think because they're rolling out all these new features and it's breaking everything in the process.
Tumblr's just like casually throwing grenades into their code base, I imagine, and just hoping that it fixes something. We have a hype train already. Holy shit. That's not too bad.
The Skyrim magic.
Exactly. All it takes is for me to pimp out my cat, basically, and then we're good. Right. So, fingers crossed that this actually goes to plan. You should maybe lightly hear some Skyrim music starting to swell in the background. Maybe. It might be super duper quiet because I've turned it down.
This is interesting. The link I just tried to post on for your Twitch is trying to auto embed. It's trying to live stream through the post I was trying to do.
Oh, well, that works. Well, it didn't do it for mine.
Did you do it on mobile?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not working for mobile. It's working for desktop. So if you want, I will put that in on your other post with the cats on it.
Oh, yes, please. That'd be
Then
wonderful.
I can do it that way.
What a
But
pain in the arse.
Experiment with this new feature. So.
Anti-Mimetic, thanks very much for your resub. You're now at 39 months, which is just God damn it. And I do not have to get off mobile. I refuse to use desktop Tumblr. It's not happening. It's never happening. It's just, it's...
It's getting better, though. It's getting better.
Right, so I suppose to kind of introduce what the hell is going on today, we're starting a new game on Skyrim. We are not doing the alternative start, because I think everyone loves the memes of that first original bit of gameplay. You'll have seen it all before. However, the moment we gain control of the character, what we do and how we do it is probably up to those of you who are watching. No, I'm sorry. It's gotta be... No, we're not doing the hand forests.
Small warning, sometimes the mods break the intro. So you may end up with no gravity, just so everyone's aware. If anyone has visual disturbances, we will let you know when the visual disturbances end. But that is a problem I have if I do the original start with mods on. Sometimes gravity stops working. So.
No, so like this is modded like real Skyrim, and I'm glad to see that my frame rate has dropped to 9. That does not bode well.
Fantastic.
Can I just say that normally when I'm not streaming, this game holds us at least a solid 30. The mod list, we've got everything that you could possibly want. We have stuff that adds funky shit to like Whiterun. We've got new quests. We've got companion mods. We've got... Oh my god, this is running like ass.
Yeah, see, it's the intro with mods. Yeah.
Oh my god! I feel like I'm strapped in hell. We do not have Thomas the Tank Engine in Tank Engine Dragons. We don't. Oh my god, this is the worst. Oh my word. The lag. You're killing me over here, Skyrim. See if I jumped on to my current character just now. I would be running the game like no problem, like 50 FPS at least. The Stormcloaks shouldn't be racist in this. We've downloaded the Civic Nationalism Stormcloak mod, so... This is somehow worse when it's choppy as hell.
Ironically, it's less I'm viewing it on the embedded video for Twitter for Tumblr, and it actually is.
It's actually not bad. Oh, great. So, Joy, I'm not sure if you were a viewer when I played Skyrim for the very, very first time, where we did a whole thing where we modded so all the trees were hands, and that is the most horrifying mod I've ever seen in my life. It's
possible I blanked it out. I don't. That sounds horrifying. It's possible I blanked it out. So
yeah. So like basically every single tree in Skyrim was a hand that points up into the sky, and it's
that is terrifying.
It's disgusting, and it is genuinely horrifying. But one of the things that we did with that stream, like literally first time I was ever doing the modded stream, and what happens, but we hit new game, and every single character that you see at the moment spawned outside the cart at the side of the road, and just nothing was happening. And thank you very much for the cheers. We've now made our hype train. All aboard, folks. We've got 5 minutes to get it to level 2. So chew fucking chew. I believe that you get like new emotes. Which, by the way, we have new emotes. If you click the big old follow button, you now have an eye button and an eye emote and a no emote. And what in the goddamn it, Seiko Kato? Holy shit. Wine Dancer, Ally 1391, Sleepy Heathen, Asteria Gamings, and Hryokior. Hope you all enjoy your new emotes. Yeah, we did have a Jawa follower, but it didn't work. Also, I think, Joy, you're right, that when the initial mods load in, Like, I'm still getting in the top left, I can see like, oh, it's
Yeah,
loaded in this.
It's your MCM loading in whilst this is happening, and that's what slows us down horrifically. So
Yeah.
this is an extra level of hell for the intro that is Skyrim is trying to play it while your mod load.
That's a good point, Hazel. I mean, put it this way, my game normally runs flawlessly, and the moment I disable the Schlongs of Skyrim mod, look what happens. The game breaks. It was the last straw.
See, I tell you, it's a load-bearing mod. Schlongs of Skyrim.
I need it. Screw your Twitch terms of service. I need it for my game to run properly. Did I tell you that when I was playing like my game, I encountered like a really tall like NPC in the middle of the labyrinthian that was just naked and was running about with a bow and arrow and fighting like the trolls that spawn there.
It's an average night in Sucky Hall Street.
It was just there was something where I was like, okay, that's a dead Draugr, that's a dead troll, and then in the distance I saw some fighting and I was like, oh, that's quite interesting. Maybe it's like a skirmish or something like that. No, it wasn't. It was just this giant naked man fucking sprinting about.
That's just your night out in Glasgow, to be honest. That's a Saturday night in Sucky Hall Street when the clubs come out.
Fall into life.
Yeah.
Am I aware that my stream is labelled AMA? Well, technically every stream is an AMA because I generally will answer any question that someone has. Just so long as it's not, are you Celtic or Rangers? Because it's really fucking boring.
Also, you can ask me questions as well.
Exactly.
If you want. Just throwing that out there.
Quiz Joy about her entire life up until this point. The whole story.
By the time I'm done, they might have finished loading all the mods.
Oh no, I can pause. Okay, so I've paused it there just to give you an idea of kind of like mod configuration. We've got enhanced blood, we've got holidays. So people celebrate holidays in the towns. I don't know why I picked this mod, but I was like, it'd be cool to see like Whiterun in Halloween, and they do it. They have pumpkins. Ordinator perks really changes the skill tree, so it'll give us like tons of stuff. Realistic water for realistic water. Run for your lives saves people because they actually go indoors when dragon attacks. Legacy of the Dragonborn totally changes things. We now have like the ability to do archaeology stuff, so you can do like excavation, and you know there's adds a whole new thing. It's really cool. Joy got me onto that mod. We won't be seeing any sort of like not safe for work mods, unfortunately. Twitch doesn't like them. Joy, will you ever escape a certain crucifix post?
No.
No.
I was serious in that post when I said it would be the last thing I think of on my deathbed will be God fuck me, crucifix nail nipples. Well, it just lives eternally in my head as it is. As to the other questions, what led to this moment? Joining Tumblr, because if I hadn't joined Tumblr, I would never have met and we would never be doing this stream. And for the ask for where is my Vlad and Heels fic, write it yourself. I'm not here to do the fanfic. I'm only doing one fanfic. The rest of it I'm trying to do for canon. So.
Serious question, is it just me, is Skyrim lagging horribly? No, Skyrim's lagging horribly. This is the game waking up. This is the game being like, oh shit, we've got to load a bunch of mods. And it does it right at the start. It doesn't load the mods and then run the intro. It does them both kind of simultaneously. And it means that I have a solid 5 FPS at the moment, which is great. What I'll do is I'll get control of my character, I'll save the game, and then I'll jump back out, and then I'll maybe jump back in again, and hopefully it kind of chugs it along, so to speak. Oh, I received
It's why all the mods that do the alternative starts will start you in a dungeon with nothing to do.
Yeah. I received a level 2 hype train emote. Chew fucking chew, gang. Emotes are being delivered to y'all. Enjoy. And thank you to everyone who subbed and cheered. Got us to where we are. Oh man, look at that. Well, we're on 7 FPS now. We're slowly increasing.
Once you get out of character creation, it'll be a lot easier.
Yeah. Because this is all kind of like... It's not quite cutscene level, but it's still very like scripted and...
I mean, it's cutscene level for when this game came out.
Yeah. Oh, our man's about to get killed. Oh, normally he never gets that far. I'm not sure if it's because of the lag, but... Sorry.
I've had it happen where he escapes and it breaks the intro and you can't progress because he escapes. And it is one of the mods that causes it to happen. So,
I really
that.
hope someone clips that, because what happened actually was he ran all the way up the back and then he got shot, but then you just saw his body like pan across the screen. Right, okay, so first of all, what we're gonna do, we are creating a brand new character, and we are creating the one, the only, the boy. So that boy is a Khajiit. So we're playing as a Khajiit, because we're actually going to be modelling Faolaning. So we've got woman, and we've got man Khajiit. Thanks for the follow, PR3 Moonlight. Welcome to the stream. So we've obviously got some presets that we can maybe get close to and work with, but I don't know. We could probably just start from the basic. But oh no! Why has it still got genitals? I disabled the mod.
You'll never escape from it.
That, you know what it is? It'll be because one of the sliders has it built in.
Yeah.
This is the worst. I disabled the mod. Right, so skin tone. He is ginger and white cat. So we're going to have to find something that walks that line. Maybe that. But I imagine there's like complexion that we can do. Oh no, complexion's actually weirdly limited. You can have a bright face or a
matte face.
Yeah, matte face. Yeah, nah, we're gonna have him orange, I think, and then we're gonna try and find like white market. Maybe a scar will do it actually.
You should probably do it with makeup too if you've got any of the makeup ones on, like the war paint stuff.
Yeah, could maybe have a wee look at war paint. I like how they actually look like cat market. There you go. That's what we're talking about. Just need. That's not bad. I suppose I need to get an actual photo of the cat up. So, the cat, the boy, the Faolaning. But yeah, I think he's got like a white kind of mark up his nose. There you go. For those of you wondering, sorry, you can see the ring light in the background. There you go. That's the boy we're trying to create. Okay, we're working on it. Okay. Can Khajiit have facial hair? Is that like excess fur? Okay, I don't think he's got extra. Oh no, I don't want a Khajiit with like full on hair. What the fuck?
That's quite the look with the tufts and the earrings.
Yeah, it was the... Which one? That one?
Yeah.
Do you want to just go for that? Hair on the... To be honest, he does actually have... So, fun thing, and I think it's the same for both dogs and cats, but what the wisps of hair inside the ears are called ear furnishings.
No, I never knew that.
And it's I think it's the same for both cats and dogs, that if you've got like, you know, those, obviously they've got hair inside their ears, but there's like tufts and they're called ear furnishings. It's quite cute. Right, what colour are my cat's eyes? They're orange, as you would kind of expect.
He's a very ginger boy.
He is indeed. Oh no, we don't want blue, that's creepy. There we go. Oh, what do you think? Should we give him like proper cat's eyes, or do you think we should give him like human eyes on a cat?
The human eyes would be really creepy, I think.
It's like cat hunter eyes, but then cat eyes when you see dreamies. When like the people just like completely goes. Okay, so we've got bits going. Eye height. See, this is the point of character creation where like a lot of people just like, please let me start the game. Like I don't mind customizing the face, but then it's like I'm gonna be wearing a helmet for half this fucking playthrough anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Well, there's mods that let you hide the helmets, which is what I have
Yes.
for a lot of my things. It makes it worth it.
Okay, so it depends how much we want to focus in. Obviously, as a Khajiit, you're kind of a cat humanoid, a cat boy, if you will, and it's quite hard to get an exact representation. I think we've got the white marking, which is good. Eye shape, again, like, oh no, that's definitely number 3 is more of a cat eye type thing. He's got partially white cheeks. Again, let me check my reference. I say my reference photo because he's not here. He's decided that he doesn't want to be mocked. We can give him some eyeliner. He's actually got ginger kind of. He's got actually quite deep ginger eyes. That works actually. Eyeshadow. Oh, now we're talking. Okay, the eyeshadow is either that white mark or not. You don't get an option. And he actually doesn't have... Well, actually, it's a wee bit brighter, but it's not white. It's still orange, so I'm not going to go with that. Eye tint. Yeah, no, that's orange. That's cool. Brow height, brow width, I'm not really focused on. Eyeshadow. Hey, good clipping, Bibliosphere. We've got
It took me forever to do it. I keep looking back and forward between the two, but the frame rate is shocking that it captures.
He's got kind of white cheeks, so we've got cheek colour there. Are we gonna give Faolaning laugh lines? He actually does have like, yeah, no, that's him. That's him there. Cheek colour lower? Oh my god. Sorry, this is actually the first time I've really experimented with this mod that's quite it's quite in depth to say the least.
It is. It is.
Nose colour, like we've kind of got that sorted with the white. To the point where actually we might be able to take off the war paint if we can get away with it. That's not bad actually. Sorry, I say not bad. Is that like I need to be true to my cat? The sad thing is that we can't change. So, Faolaning has socks. So Faolaning is like ginger all over, but he's just got like white paws that are like socks, basically. And it doesn't look like we can change that. We can change his chin colour.
We'll need to get him some gloves that are just white.
Yeah, exactly. So his chin's white, his nose is white, his neck is... He's got quite like a tuft, but it's white. Dovahkiin. See, I was saying Dova bean earlier because we call the cats the beans, right? The beans are where it is. So yeah, we've been calling him Dova bean. I mean, honestly, I'm not too fussed about things like chin width and chin length. At the end of the day, it's my cat. I'm not gonna be too hung up.
There are some people that are really into all like getting the perfect jawline and everything else, and then there's no point because as soon as you start playing Skyrim, just like nah.
It's just like it's first person. I don't need that. And also, I think this is the all panel, so it's like we actually have gone through all of the menus that we normally would. We don't want to do anything with presets. I tend not to do stuff with weight, although, like, I'm not gonna lie, in my most recent playthrough, one thing I've been doing is, like, I started my character off as, like, pure scrawny, and, like, gradually made him gain weight and get new scars over time has been one of, like, my kind of fun things to do. It's the first time I've actually treated, like, creating an RPG character that changes, because you always get in RPGs you like, stand in front of the magical mirror and you can edit your appearance, and I've never really used it for anything, but I think that's a very fair representation of Faolaning. It's got the whiskers, which I'm surprised that you can't specifically see the like you don't have like a whisker color. You don't get to change whiskers. He also does have a wee mark on his nose, so I'm not sure if there's something we can do. We'll add a wee scar just to give him a bit of character.
A character.
He's been through the wars, and then hopefully we just. Oh wait, hold on. Here's. Oh. I don't know what this does. This is a new thing, and I'm slightly worried. I don't know what this is. Khajiit stripes, Khajiit paint? Like, what am I doing here? It doesn't seem to be changing anything.
I think it's making the stripes on his neck whiter. Yes, no, maybe.
Maybe. Anyway, if that's not a wonderful boy, I don't know what is. The body skills thing, I think, is just odd, and you can totally fuck it up. Magic, I don't know what that is. Beast, no idea. Weapons, genitals, we're not going to touch genitals. I don't care what my cat's genitals... I don't care what my cat's genitals look like. They're gone anyway. We got them snipped. But it's fine. He's better for it. And I think that's us. What's your thoughts, Joy? Are we good?
I think he looks like a marvellous boy. I think we've got it.
Yeah, and you know what I'm looking forward to? We've got Faolaning the cat, and we've got Inigo the cat. They're going to be like cat gang as they go around the world. Gay old man Spock, thank you very much for the follow. And Amethyst42, hello from Scotland. Hope everything in Winnipeg's alright. Skyrim vasectomy mod. Oh no. Right, finish and name the character. We are not going to be called Prisoner. We are going to be called Faolaning, which is the name of my cat. Or one of them. Oh, we've got 11 FPS now. Nice. What I will do is I'll get control of the character. I'll see if we can get into like the I'll see if we can like escape the dragon and get into the place. Oh, by the way, chat. First things first. Are we going Stormcloaks or are we going Imperials? There is one correct answer and the rest of you are awful. Bearing in mind that we have a mod that fixes a particular aspect of one of them.
There's an anti-racist Stormcloak mod that we've theoretically installed.
Hey, it's the Stormcloak Civic Nationalism mod where you can convince Ulrich that racism is bad. Oh, by the way, Ulrich, you might want to actually use the Dark Elves as cannon fodder. And then he's like, huh, this racism thing's a bit dumb. I should be using all the races as cannon fodder.
So basically you turn him into an imperialist is what I'm hearing. So he's slightly less racist, but he's still an imperial cunt. That's basically...
Yeah, so it's the weird thing is that like if it was up to me, I would create a Skyrim mod that's like 100% like civic nationalism to its core. You're obviously gonna have your bad eggs, but like you unite like the different races under the banner of Skyrim as opposed to the banner of the Nords. That's my dream for Skyrim.
It's where you live, not what you look like, basically.
Exactly. Funnily enough, my feelings on how Skyrim and stuff should evolve is similar to how I think that Scotland should kind of do it. Whereas, doesn't matter about your blood, it's if you live here, and that makes you Scottish or Skyrim-ish.
Which new emote is for which faction? So I think I should be for the Stormcloaks and not for the Imperials.
Yeah. So, I've never played Skyrim despite owning it, and I can't play it right now because all your data stuff's filled with Red Dead Redemption 2. That's fair enough, Summer Snow. Red Dead is a thick game, to say the least. Which new emote? Yeah, so no has to be for Storm. No, sorry, for Imperials. Because it is just General Tullius, I presume.
Just for reference, I have a big dog in the house today, so if you hear a lot of boofing in the background, that is Holly's cousin Hazel. She's here for Easter, so
A good old boof.
a good old boof. She's a subwoofer.
What kind of dog is Hazel?
She is a mutt, but she has the what's it called? German Shepherd mix, basically.
Ah, nice.
And she's got a giant tail, giant paws, and then she's actually not that tall, but she's still a big. She thinks she's a big dog. So.
Yeah.
She's much bigger than my dog, who is, let's face it, the size of a potato. And there goes the frame rate as the dragon comes in.
Everyone's dying because the frame rate is garbage. Right, do you think it's worth saving it and maybe giving it a wee injection? Well, we got up to a whole... Should we try and fight our way into the keep to let the game settle?
I would try and let it settle, yeah, because at the moment there's sort of still all the scripted stuff happening.
Aye.
No, Holly has never met a husky, but she would love one. She runs, there's a Doberman that she sees occasionally when she goes for grooming that she runs towards, and there's also a big poodle that she loves.
Sorry, like I'm laughing at like there's a dragon attack and you're moving at 8 frames per second. The worst. It's like what a disaster this would be for just humankind. So again, sorry for anyone who's struggling to actually watch this at the moment, like me.
It'll get better soon. If you are struggling, you can look away and just listen to us, and I will let you know when the frame rate improves.
Everyone get back! Oh, everyone get back!
Still alive, prisoner. Keep close to me if you want to stay that way.
Ah, thank you, Hadvar. Yeah, there's like Skyrim with mods and starting the intro is just brutal. Like this is ass is the only way to describe it, I think, Joy.
Yeah, you could also describe it as ass.
Yeah, ass, yeah.
That's the most accurate.
Which mods? So naturally, Joy decided to list all of the not safe for work mods were entirely Joy's idea. So I've got
lies and slander.
Like Schlongs of Skyrim. I think there's a porn mod that's called dual wielding. The big anime titty mod. It was
You're
all
just describing my mod list. This is not what you've got installed.
it was all Joy's idea, and then I happened to be like, well, I can't do that because Twitch will ban me, and Joy was like, fine, I can compromise, and then gave me a list of other things. So we've got.
I gave you a list of 40 other mods. None of them were sex involved.
Yeah. So there's So what you'll notice is there's denser foliage. That's a big one. We've got a much denser kind of like there's a lot more trees. There's a lot more grass. In a way that hopefully doesn't destroy the game. He says
and if it does, you can always lower it.
Yeah.
You can always lower it.
I was gonna say he says as it hits 9 FPS, but we've also got like stuff that adds a lot of content. So there's a really cool companion called Inigo, who's a fellow Khajiit, that hopefully we can meet soon. But there's like a mod that allows like Bard College. There's the immersive College of Winterhold, so that improves the whole mages kind of guild. There's a lot really. There's tons, and I'm looking forward to eventually showing you if I can fucking move.
If anyone wants the list, I will also be posting it through Tumblr probably this week.
I've got a couple of extras that I added as well, which is probably why the game is breaking, to be honest. But we'll cover that. But yes, we can also do Songs of Skyrim as a bard. There we go.
That's the fun. That's the one I play with. I basically play as Jaskier. Like I've been playing as Jaskier before The Witcher the Netflix show came out. But I basically run around with a lute and I get followers who are basically my muscle, and I just sing my way through Skyrim. That's how I play these days. So.
Yeah, that's definitely the way to do it. Hey Lego, how
I
you
haven't
doing?
done the main quest. I haven't done the main quest in a decade.
I played the first time I played through Skyrim. I completed the main quest and then I just stopped. And then I find that whenever I want to replay Skyrim, I stupidly make the mistake of finishing the Civil War and then I stop, because the game naturally ends there as well in a really weird way. Stamina low. Your stamina's low. Who would have thought? Oh, this is absolutely fucking brutal. Right, so what do you think, Joy? Do you think I should sheath my weapon and save the game and just hope that it gives a bit of a...
I would, yeah.
I'll see if I... just like, I'll, like, shock it into life. Okay, so just checking that is Helgen Keep. I'm a little bit worried because are the saves linked to the character?
Yes.
Right, okay, that's fine. I was like, oh dear, something's gone horribly wrong and I've just wiped out the save that I've been working on for weeks. Because like I didn't see any of the other saves on that list. It's like, oh god, what's happened? Ah, see.
You should, even if it does break, you can always go back into the list and reload it manually. So I can talk you through. I've had to do it a million times, so it's, yeah, pretty easy.
Nah, that's cool. So, like, if anyone wants an idea of what my real name is, then obviously you've got the basic one up there. And I've had 2 test prisoners to try and run through mods, but we're going to go with Faolaning here. And we're going to hopefully reload the Helgen Keep. And hopefully... I mean, we've got 50 frames per second on the main menu, so that's good, right?
Promising.
YSA Fairy, thank you very much for the follow, by the way. Hope you're having a good time. Right, let's see. We're on 20 FPS, but again, I think there's probably a wee bit of Helgen, basically.
Yeah, Helgen is happening in the background, so there's a lot of other still scripted things happening, but you are doing better. I can see it. It's much smoother on my end.
Yeah. There's also, to be fair, I think one of the things that'll fuck it up the most is that Helgen Reborn is loading. And if you've got Helgen Reborn, for those of you who don't know, is it's a mod that takes place after you've escaped Helgen, and you can like rebuild it. Funnily enough, so I'm gonna fight my way out of Helgen. Oh, there we go. And hopefully we actually get some level of competent gameplay. But to be honest, I'll basically be fighting to escape from Helgen, and then we can actually get into the guts of it, of how we want to play. At the moment, I'm just fulfilling a role where I will fight my way out, and afterwards, then you guys can decide what sort of skills that I'm gonna specialize in. Normally, I'm a two-handed sort of guy, but I know that there's some people that, for whatever reason, really like magic or insist on using a bow and arrow if you fancy that kind of stealth archer approach.
You want to god mode the game without using god mode, you go archer with Skyrim.
Yeah, stealth archer is the way forward. Right, okay.
I'm quite impressed with Tumblr's Twitch integration, actually. It's only about 5 seconds behind the actual Twitch.
That's
stream.
impressive, actually. See, I'm wondering, see the post that I put up when I went live that wasn't linked to the original one with the cat foes? Is that linked via Twitch integration, or do you have to post it from desktop?
You have to post on desktop, because if you do it with the mobile link, it doesn't do it.
Right, well, I'm going to say right now, if anyone on Tumblr staff's watching, that's fucking dumb. Sort it. But not that
it's different coding for different things, I suppose.
Yeah. So one of the things that I've encountered quite a bit on Tumblr recently, which has been one hell of a laugh to say the least, is that the they've basically restricted my ability to do things on Tumblr. Like, I'll open it and I notice that it's actually removed the ability to direct message anyone. I can't reply to my own posts because it comes up as it being unauthorized. Someone said it was a soft block, but like I've emailed the support like a couple of times now, and they've been like, "Oh, that's just a glitch. It's just a glitch in our iOS. Oh yeah, that's fine. Just these things happen."
Are you using iOS for mobile?
Yes.
Yeah, they're trying to fix their iOS at the moment because they broke something huge with it, so they're having to disable things and re-enable them. So, yeah, they broke it. They broke it fairly bad, according to the person I spoke to a while ago. Because I was going, I can't do I was trying to post something, and they're like, yeah, our bad. We're working on it.
I like to think that I am literally the only iOS user, and Tumblr staff are just like sick to death. It's like, we've got one user that we need to fucking cater for. Everyone else is using desktop like normal people. Don't know why you'd want to use desktop though, because I think the first time I looked at desktop on Tumblr, it was just a bin fire.
You know, they've made it so much better. They've actually integrated a lot of the things that people have that use Xkit for. And they're actually doing a lot of like they actually announced today you can do this thing called Blaze where you can pay to promote your posts, which
nice.
I know some people will be absolutely furious about it. But as a content creator who struggles to get traction for a lot of things, that will be fantastic. I mean, it's affordable too compared to like Instagram and Facebook. Especially for Instagram and Facebook, where if you try to promote any LGBT stuff, you get auto banned.
Yeah.
So
100%.
I feel like with this, it'll be good.
I cannot wait to promote my utter shit. Yes.
I mean, for a tenner, yeah.
Oh fuck yeah! Like
force 5,000 people to look at your stuff for a tenner. Fantastic.
I am gonna crowdfund. I'm gonna post like the most average shit, and then I'm gonna promote it, and it'll be that thing that like appears on everyone's like For You or like personalized.
Yes.
Because that's
recommended for you.
That's one thing I hate about the iOS app actually, is that the feed defaults to the recommended, and it's like I don't like any of this. This is not me. Sorry folks, I hope you're all surviving with like the fucking 12 FPS. Just think we're being like really retro about it. And for anyone who's never played Skyrim,
playing it like it's 2012.
For everyone who's never played Skyrim, see when you walk and you hear that the bridge being destroyed that you just crossed. If you turn around and jump down, there's like a coin purse. That coins become useless in Skyrim because
after a certain point,
you're just infinitely loaded. But and you'll all be pleased to hear that I didn't install the Spider-Man mod, which converts all of the spiders to really bad reskins of Spider-Man, but they actually holds their original spider like figure. So it's just like Spider-Man as a spider, like an actual spider. And it's awful. Oh, I've been poisoned, that sucks.
I have a mod that I either use the Spider-Man one for laughs, or I use the one that turns everything into bears.
Yeah.
One of my pals is very, very arachnophobic, and I tend to stream with her on Discord sometimes, and she gets really, really freaked out. And I'm like, okay, I'll make it into bears. She's constantly being chased by bears.
Is it bears that make spider noises, or do they seriously convert everything to just bears?
They convert everything to bears, yeah.
Speaking of, I like how this is
killing it. I usually sneak past it.
No mercy. Sorry, Faoling's inherently territorial. Was just
Fair
a
enough.
wee
It is a kajit. Yeah.
bit
Not
anxious.
taking the bear skin.
No. he just toys with his prey and then leaves.
Fair
Right.
enough. True cat behaviour.
Hopefully, we are now escaped into Skyrim where the game crashes, because it's like it always crashes that first time, and then you get to like Riverwood and it calms the fuck down. But
unless you have all the Riverwood mods installed.
Shit. Shit.
Oh, look at all those lovely trees.
Yeah, look how lush the forest is, and all 9 frames of it.
There he goes. Looks like he's gone for
You may have to turn this down. I'm just
Yeah.
putting it out there.
I'll need to jump into my mod list and be like, fine, I'll disable like one of the other porn mods that I've kept hidden from y'all. The thing is, I'm not sure if it's because I'm streaming at the same time, but
Yeah, that's part
like
of it.
that potentially there's a wee bit of shenanigans there. Okay. Talk to Gerda in Riverwood. Standing absolutely still, we have 9 frames per second.
I'm gonna say we're gonna have to rip a mod out.
we actually have more frames as we move, but okay, what I'll do is I'll save again, and Joy, I'll refer to your guidance actually in regards to what we disable. So it's easier for me just to do this rather than like load up Vortex and have a look. What can we disable, Joy, do you think, that would actually give us a wee bit of boost? There's
I need to remember what you've got installed.
okay, so here's the general mod list for anyone who's. I'll jump onto just chatting just now. Mod list in general is Immersive Citizens AI overhaul. We've got like the kind of the body sliders to allow us to do the customization. We've got the unofficial Skyrim special edition patch. We've got Gilder Green regrown. The Parthenax dilemma, which allows you to get rid of the basically finish the quest that the blades get you to do. Yeah, we do have body sliders, Hex. We could disable holidays probably, I think.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you can do the holidays when you want. I mean, yeah, holidays doesn't take up much space if I remember looking at my own load order.
I think it's between probably the Skyrim flora overhaul or vivid weathers or realistic water. It'll probably be.
Yeah.
I've also got Verdant, which is a Skyrim grass plugin.
Verdant and the fauna one tend to compete with each other too, so that could be part of the problem as well.
Yeah, that might be it. Right.
I would suggest taking off the fauna one.
Okay,
just,
so the flora overhaul. We'll disable that.
Flora overhaul.
And I suppose the other thing that will be damaging it is that obviously there's the skirmishes as well, which is an issue.
But even then, the skirmishes don't take up much of your space, to be honest.
Let's see how we do. Because another thing is like when you deploy, it's like FNIS data has to be redeployed, which is a pain, but it's fine. We're good. So let's see how we go.
I mean, there was no way we'd know what would work until you did the stream with it.
Yeah.
That's basically it.
It's funny, like the bottom of my mod list is just like, oh, you don't have the Bad Boys of Skyrim mod installed? Yes. I didn't want my Khajiit to have tits. It's a cat. So I love when I say shit like that and then I turn and look at the chat and it's like first time chat from a viewer. No? Sorry, Kalizar. Environmental ones are always the worst. Yeah, it is a shame because like I like a lot of the environment ones. I do have Civic Nationalist Stormcloaks installed, Hex.
What's the name of the mod? Is it the Bootstrap one that makes the mod load up easier? I'm asking Mothman. Isn't there like 5 loot or something?
I don't remember.
I know there's a thing you can you add in and you load your mods through it and it actually will make it quicker, but it's a whole thing that you'd have to redo everything and it basically makes sure that everything's running in the right order so there's no conflicts. So that could be something that I can look out for you and see if that makes a difference for next time.
Yeah, I mean, Vortex is normally quite good at like flagging in because it'll actually tell you. Hey, stepping out 2018. How's it going? I like how disabling mods has made the game harder to actually boot up. That's a new one. Hey, task manager, what be going on? Oh
I didn't
no.
think about life.
It's just
Yeah, Loot's the one I'm thinking of, but Mothman just said that if he's using Vortex, Vortex actually does some of that by itself
loot.
as
Sorry,
well.
like
So we'll see.
Vortex has some loot stuff built in.
Yeah.
You
Because when I
support.
was playing with Nexus, you never whatever the original one was, it didn't have that in it.
You're supporting a fellow Scot stepping out. Thank you very much for your support. Always appreciate it. I'm actually wearing a Scotland top just in case anyone was like a wee bit unaware. Intellectually, you know that Joy's speaking from the USA, but it always sounds like she's talking from like 10 feet off camera. I'll turn and actually communicate with Joy. I should do that. Play it up. She's actually just there next to me.
I've secretly been in Scotland. I secretly fly home every Sunday just for this.
Really, really camera shy though.
Yeah, not a fan of being on screen.
Right, so this save relies on content that's no longer present. I don't think this is going to cause massive issues.
It shouldn't. It's not as if it's a quest one.
Joy's your super talented alter ego. I think Mothman would have something to say about that. I did indeed see the Rangers game stepping out 2018. And by seeing it, I saw some of the extra time. But, yeah, not... Oh, it's not actually as bad a downgrade as I thought it was going to be. Oh no, I just saw Rayloff walk away. Oh god. Right, sorry. I've jumped it back to where we were. Hopefully that'll actually go live. Okay. What's...
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
There we go.
There we go with...
That's much better.
Is it?
It's better on my end.
I think we just need to actually distance ourselves from
From the forest.
from everywhere in Skyrim. We need, like, I almost don't want to go to Riverwood, but I know that like this always actually happens whenever I'm playing a game, like Skyrim game for the first time. It's like I get to. I think it's like that initial load-in of the entire world, and then what we'll do is we'll go into this little cave, and that'll be a good point. Yes, I know the FPS is bad. And that bandit sucks. Hold on. Where's my weapon? Oh, God. Imagine if people moved in this FPS normally. What a disaster of humanity that would be.
We'll just have to stay in dungeons for the whole time. It's fine.
Next slide, please. Yeah, it's a wee bit like that. So... Okay, so we reached... Okay, we're on like 18, 31, 16, 31. We're getting there. We're getting there. Nice, a tripwire. Okay, so like the inside... Like this isn't terrible. This is semi-playable almost. We're getting there. Again, like I can't tell you enough how much the game just needs to wake up a little bit. Oh, we've already reached a level. Okay. So, I suppose, guys, we're going to have to actually start a conversation about what character we kind of want to be. I'm gonna go with health. I think health's always a good one to actually get started, but what are we leveling? Joy, what do you think?
What have we got here? What does people... I think sneaking is obvious for a cat, I think.
Yeah, definitely. but then also
Possibly,
like one and
yeah.
two-handed, just battering the shit out of fucking everyone. Pickpocket,
Yep.
pickpocket and dreamies. Magic bard or sneak. I would say sneak would be quite good, I think,
Mhm.
because it'll make the early game like harder and easier, but we'll be able to like go from bit to bit.
And
Oh, hey Rowan, thanks very much for the tip on Ko-Fi. Thank you so much.
Happy Skyriming, is subscription equals false?
It reads it out. I didn't know it did that. That was.
yeah, I've got this muted so that I can listen to our conversations. I have no idea what just happened.
The Ko-Fi bot just like read out the hack programming because I'm like connect to actually get Ko-Fi to appear in the bottom right underneath like the bit over there. I had to connect with the Ko-Fi's like API and connect that into OBS. And for some reason it reads out the text to speech, but it reads out like the actual API connection. So it was like, something equals false. rather than Rowan's been very kind on Ko-Fi and is giving you some money. And yeah, I call it Ko-Fi. I don't call it coffee because I don't call it Wi-Fi for Wi-Fi, do I?
I
So-
call it Kofi.
Cool. Okay, yeah. So what do you think? Are we going sneak? I think everyone's kind of like sneak.
Yeah, sneak for a cat.
Sneak for a cat to start with. Fall into life. The only way to train the Ko-Fi bot is to make sure it actually speaks more. So, so I'm talking shit. Do what you want. Right. Okay. Coin purse acquired. It's apparently supposed to be coffee, but it also spells its name like Wi-Fi. So, hey, look, we're getting like 25 FPS, which, don't
I'm interested what other mods you've added because when you were running the mod list I gave you, you were getting 50 FPS.
So much porn. Nah, it's. I actually added a mod that allowed for better transition animations between sex positions. That was
does in real life too. Yeah.
that was the load bearing one because the last thing you want is to have to like huff and puff as you struggle to rearrange yourself. No, but the only mods that I have installed as that differs from the list that you gave me, Joy, is more of the Civil War ones that encourage like fighting on a mass scale.
Which shouldn't really be affecting your FPS unless they're on screen.
Yeah, well, exactly. Oh, what have we got here? A painting. Yoink. I suppose I should start actually sneaking then. Oh.
I was sure I heard something.
No, you didn't. We need to get a bow and arrow as soon as possible. See, I'm always like unbelievably disappointed in the Civil War. I was never gonna fucking do anything. You know what? We're just gonna batter the shit out of you. The Civil War in the game is actually really, really disappointing how it goes about. Wait, you only punch? Can you actually? You can't even upgrade punching, can you?
Unarmed is not unarmed not a thing, or is
I don't think unarmed's a skill. It was in Oblivion though, was it not?
It was in Oblivion, yeah.
So only punch, right? So I'm now okay. There are perks for it. Great. Okay, well, fisticuffs it is. There's a perk in heavy armor that adds the power of your gauntlets. But I'm sorry, but that does not compare to like a dragonbone greatsword. I don't care how strong my punches are.
One punch Khajiit.
Yeah. Oh. He's not seen us yet. Oh my god, I killed him in one punch. That was a one punch kill.
Fantastic.
Oh no. Okay, now I've got people who are shooting at me. With Ordinator, it's more viable, possibly in light armor. I will need to check this. I love the idea of my Khajiit, like... Wait, what? Are my fists godly? Yeah, I get bonus unarmed damage, but like...
You were doing better with your fist than you were with the axe you were carrying.
This is amazing! We're taking the bow and arrow, though. I know that... Okay, I like having a bow and arrow, even if it's not something that we're going to roll with.
I mean, there's some puzzles you need a bow and arrow for, so...
True. That was... I know that Khajiit get claw damage, but like... Holy shit, that was amazing! Running up to an enemy and just fucking like... taking them out, wrestling style. Oh no, now we have pain again. Do you think it's the water mod? See, the problem is that...
I think it's probably the...
Realistic water?
I mean, you're not next to water, so it wouldn't be... It tends to be things that are rendering at the moment, so... Possibly verdant? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously the massive river wood. But
But it shouldn't... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know is the answer to that.
To be honest, I genuinely think it's like the game just needs like tasered to the point of... you're quite right, Hilda. Right. So, okay, so this is... there is absolutely no pressure at all on us doing the standard visit to Whiterun after Helgen. It's now over to everyone who's watching this stream. What would you like to do? Where would you like to go? Let's do stuff. While people decide, I will view the trees.
My vote is for Riften and to go pick up your buddy Inigo. That would be my suggestion.
Haha, I like your style. So that means probably going to Whiterun in the stables, or either running to Riften, which is, I suppose...
Whichever you want to deal with, basically.
I'll let people decide.
Start a cheese horde.
Harriet's immediately like, let's go to Solstheim. No. Do you not need to encounter the cultists before you can go there?
No.
Oh, you can just go there?
Mm-hmm.
I will skip your petty attempt at assassinating me. Talk to What's-His-Face's sister to finish the Helgen bullshit. Fair enough. And we'll start a cheese horde. See, Faolaning doesn't particularly mind cheese. He doesn't care for it too much. I think he likes the idea of cheese more than he likes the cheese itself. Because he'll like inspect it and go, this is fine. Holy mother of FPS, this is a catastrophe. So where is the woman?
Isn't she around back?
Oh yeah, I've also got mods that turn everyone into like fucking like porcelain dolls. It's terrible. It's the worst. We could probably disable all of them. Look at the state of that face.
He's like a TikToker that's been airbrushed, and then they're going, this filter looks so real, and it's like, no.
Yeah, what was it? It was Jessica was showing me something the other day that there's like lots of like young people who are like aspiring like TikTokers or like content creators that are like going to places like Turkey and getting their like teeth filed down to like little pegs to get like the perfect
the veneers.
Yeah, the veneers installed. But like they're like 20 and they're showing like
so much damage to their mouths.
Oh god, and they're showing the like if you were going for that, for whatever, like again, cosmetic surgery is, I think sometimes it goes way too far. But I know that there's some people who have like a very, very specific insecurity, and like I get it. But they actually show the before and after on TikTok where it's like before, and you've just got like these massive gappy, really filed down pegs of teeth,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like ugh, it's not a nice look.
Whatever you need. My
Dorth.
engineering is simple and strong.
Okay.
I can forge it.
I'm surprised we've not had a bit of improvement on the old FPS front yet. Again, I genuinely think it's just the game's not loaded everything because we've not
I mean,
visited some places yet, and
yeah,
then when you
the
get to
Helgen Reborn mod will also be still loading in the background because that's massive.
yeah, it's horrible. I actually didn't mind it as a quest line though.
It's a good quest line, but just the loading of it is
Yeah, it's pretty rough. Because, I mean, to be honest, one of the things that might actually help it is if you read the Helgen Reborn guide. Because it'll go, okay, right. Sound. Yeah, I mean, like, it's... I think Turkey is kind of like the European... is like that European destination to go and get, like, surgery. It's pretty gnarly.
Yeah,
Adopt...
there's quite a few people that I'm friendly with on Instagram. They've all had surgery done in Turkey, and I'm one of the like my influencer stuff that I do. I hate even saying that. Is I'm not very big on posting myself. I'm not the product. And one of the girls
I was going to say the
concerned-
complete
you're so-
opposite of me then.
I mean, that's why we're here. But she was like, "You're so lucky you're not selling yourself." And I'm going, "You don't have to either. You can be yourself. You know, you don't have to conform to a certain way." I mean, it, it was a post on Tumblr that I really liked, was the idea that weirdness is sexy because you don't look like a porcelain doll.
See, that's something I found really quite interesting recently. I was reading an article where it was talking about like Hollywood celebrities, and it's like they're good looking, but they're like completely like sexless. Like they're not sexy, and you don't really want to mount them because they're too.
They don't look real. It's like the
yeah.
uncanny valley, but they're human.
Yeah, like they're not. Yeah, they're not what the average person looks like. So you can't imagine them in any sort of like sexy situation. That's what I call every sexual encounter I've ever had, a sexy situation. Funnily enough, it's also led to me not having many sexual encounters ever. But yeah,
no one is sexy. Everyone is horny. Yeah, that's basically it. And it's really funny because to me on Tumblr, you're getting a lot of like I accidentally rebirthed Tumblr man with a post recently. I did not mean to.
Sorry,
that
what?
is
Oh,
one of my least regrets.
yes, I know the one you're talking about. That was cursed.
That's got something like 50,000 notes now, and I'm like, what the? Anyway, and that was like a thing. Like Tumblr at one point was very much all the men looked the same, and they were all very generic and I mean, handsome in their own right. But at a certain point, it just becomes ridiculous because you could basically swap them out for this, and you wouldn't know the difference between them. And now Tumblr's very much that I want the weird gremlin character. I'm attracted to the weird gremlin because we've gone full on. We're kind of rejecting that kind of the uncanny valley of sexiness. We've progressed from that to being complete goblins, which I fully endorse. Yeah, the pathetic meow meows. The drawing of Tumblr Man looks so much like Kevin Bacon. I felt bad for Kevin Bacon when I saw everyone comparing him to Tumblr Man. I have to say, the wet little rat man. That's it. We all want the wet little rat men and pure little meow meows. But
I've not seen much of Bridgerton. Although the one critique I've seen of it is the fact that they can't have a show like that and not have an LGBT character.
Oh,
Like-
they just they continually allude to it, or they have one character who is, and it's done.
Right.
They baited us with thinking that one of the brothers was going to end up involved with the queer character, and then they didn't.
Oh,
But the way they did the trailer specifically made it look that made you think that it was. But yeah, all the brothers are basically copy paste of each other, which you could find argue with genetics, but it's literally at the point where all three brothers are on screen and I have no idea who's fucking who.
Oh, that's a fucking wolf. Going after that bunny. No! Oh, holy mother of FPS. I think I just punched one wolf and punched two. Which is kind of amazing.
It's because she's too powerful.
Oh my god. I mean, do you think it is the water mod? Do you think that's causing
I
the...
would try, if you want to try taking it off, I'd try taking it off. I'd even try doing it in the MCM, because it might even be you need to open up the MCM so the MCM can finish loading.
Okay, so what would it... So realistic water. Mod options. What? Did I even have it on?
You've got Skyrim Waves on.
Okay, and what does that do?
Skyrim Waves actually gives you a lot because it simulates waves, so that's a lot of background stuff.
But I mean, that's along the coasts, and I'm not even near the coasts.
Yeah.
I suppose I could just kill it, but...
Any little helps that gets
Yeah.
your frame rate up at this point.
Okay, so that's that gone. Sky UI?
Sky UI is how everything works.
That is actually the UI, isn't it?
Yeah.
Holidays is disabled and shouldn't really be there. Enhanced Blood's fine. ICOW? What's that? Oh, Immersive College of Winterhold. So that's fine.
Which is a big one, but that one would be causing that because you're not there.
Vivid Weathers, maybe?
The weather one might be causing problems.
Hey, we're gonna do a modding stream. It's just like every single mod breaks the
Listen,
game.
if it's good enough for Gopher, it's good enough for you. He dedicates entire streams to updating his mod list, and he gets hundreds of people viewing it because everyone watches to see what mods he's using.
I don't know what this is. I'm a wee bit worried. Oh, looks like there's nothing in here anyway. Ordinator perks. Nah, we're not doing any of that. Is it the bin fire mods? Well, I'm telling you, the moment we get to Whiterun was in... See the other stream that I was playing, Joy? That when I got to Whiterun is when the game mellowed out.
Yeah, it just needs to load a city first.
Yeah, it needs to load a city. Maybe needs to load a couple of cities. So what we'll do is we'll kind of hop, skip, jump our way. Is there not like a giant over here that the companions are fighting?
Yes, on one of the farms.
Oh god, a whole 7 FPS. Get my zoomies on, giving everyone motion sickness. Come to the Eye for Scotland stream and get motion sickness. And watch, see if the game crashed right now. I would laugh actually. Oh man, I just punched the fucking giant to death. Not that you could see it, but...
I think you have something. I think you have a model that you're not telling us about that makes your Khajiit into God.
I promise you, it's just one punch, man. There's your man Farkas. Is it Farkas or Vilkas that you like?
Well, that's taken care of. No thanks.
I like to switch between the two, but my ultimate one, not at the same time, that would be weird, but between playthroughs.
Glory.
Farkas is my most
Glory must
recent one. But I also have done I have the polyamory mod, surprising no one. And I have Sarama and Vilkas as well. And they make for an interesting, if you come into your house and they're both together, that makes for an interesting time.
Oh yeah, all of the faces are terrible. They're part of a mod pack that literally makes every single woman, regardless of age, that she's supposed to be in game, into like a weird porcelain doll. Also, this is another mod that might be affecting things. I've got these like outpost mods. Like this doesn't exist in game. Like this is a like battlements before you actually get to the main Whiterun battlements, and that can kind of wreak havoc on things as well.
Like getting stuck in the signpost.
Like getting stuck in the signpost, like.
I would say that might be causing some issues. Because it adds so much to the outside the cities.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see what it's like once you load the city.
Yeah, we'll see. What is delayed burial? What's that?
It must have been a quest you ran past.
Yeah, you know what? I think, see, when I first played Skyrim, I don't think I ever encountered that quest. You can meet Cicero on the way to the Dark Brotherhood.
Yeah, you can meet him outside a farm and he's
Yeah.
the wagon stuck. Yeah.
Look at the jank. Look at the state of this. Official business only. I have news from Helgen. Keep an eye on me. Is it because I'm a Khajiit? You fucking racist. My favourite thing whenever you enter a city in Skyrim is that sometimes, like, particularly if you've got the Dawnguard DLC, is that sometimes there'll just be like a fucking vampire inside, like, immediately. Oh yeah.
That's I have a mod that delays that so that the vampires don't show up immediately. Look at the sky on that.
Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? Also, maybe one of the FPS ruining things, but it is just a skybox, so I wouldn't expect it to be taxing. But look how nice it is. It's got planets and shit.
That's the 2 moons.
Yeah.
Tamriel's got 2 moons.
I do love the fact that like this is really common in like this is just really common to all of the people in Tamriel. It's just like, oh yeah, look how fucking stunning our sky is. This is what our sky would look like if we didn't have lampposts, guys. So just think on.
That is, one time, Mothman, we went up north, really far up north, to the middle of nowhere, and he said, "Come on, we'll go out and see the night sky." And I'm going, "I've seen the night sky before," and he said, "No, come out and see the night sky." And we sat on this little boat in the middle of this river, looking up at the sky, and I swear to God, I understand why people find religion. It was so beautiful. It was just so gorgeous. And it was so still, like you could actually see it was like a satellite moving. That's how clear everything was. But you could see every star. I think we could see Venus at one point as well.
See, that sounds amazing. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen in the future though is you're gonna look up and there's gonna be an Amazon advert.
I know.
Beamed down from on high in the sky, and you just want to die.
I think at that point that's the point when you bring back the guillotine. I mean, before we get to that, hopefully we'll bring back the guillotine. It's just, yeah.
My favourite thing about this porcelain doll mod, right, is that you've got, like, characters that the modder didn't think were important enough to mod, but then you've got, like, hey, that's Carlotta Valencia. She has to be a babe.
Well, Carlotta's whole storyline is that she's constantly being harassed by men because she's so beautiful. And it's really funny because with the base game, she basically has a face like curdled milk.
Yeah. But then there's a mod and it's called Carlotta Valencia Happy Ending. And it allows you to mod away her care for her daughter and instead become your wife.
Oh dear.
Yeah, don't let.
I think she can marry you anyway, and you adopt the child as well. I think I've seen that before, where you can adopt the child as well.
Yeah, no, you can adopt the child as well. Sorry, the only reason I'm going into Dragon's Reach is to hopefully give the game time to actually load some more. But it might be that you'll have noticed as I ran through Whiterun there, and again, I don't want to ruin anyone's experience of Skyrim, but shit, I've just hit mods on the fucking mod, like the actual Skyrim affiliated mods that Skyrim.
We'll be here for the next 20 minutes.
Nah, we're not touching that.
How's everyone's weekend?
But like, yeah, the what you'll have seen there is that there's a mod that means that the cities that are held by a certain faction, whether Imperial or Stormcloak, actually have soldiers of that faction inside them, which is interesting until you realise that it doesn't replace them. So they've got the local guards and they've got the Legion or the Stormcloaks, which again is fine until they spawn on top of each other whenever you do like a city battle. So when you actually attack Whiterun, if you go along the Civil War quest line, because they spawn on top of each other, neither of them can move because they collide with each other. So
Fantastic.
they spawn and then they run on the spot, which is a nightmare because if you're playing a melee character and you go towards them, they both swing at the same time and both hit you. Which ends up like you can just sort of snipe them from afar. But so just to give you an idea, in Dragon's Reach at the moment, and again, I don't know, maybe I just need to like taser my machine a little bit. Yeah, it's like 25 frames. So again, we don't need to do the story, but one thing I'm going to show you is how botched the Dark Elf Guard in Whiterun is shockingly bad in one of the mods that I've used. They've given her like proper... Look at the state of that hair. I'll answer this and then I'll... Look at it!
Like a proper
It's like...
blowout there.
It's like fucking Dark Elf bimbification. Some modder really just went to town. I mean, that hairstyle is like out of some anime / Barbie dress-up game.
I mean, if it's from, it looks like KS hairdos to me, in which case it will be anime, because a lot of their stuff is taken from animes.
Yeah.
So...
See, it's actually, it's a nice haircut, but like on a video game character, it's like... Meh.
Well, in a Skyrim video game character.
Yeah, it's a wee bit out of character. So okay, if we're gonna answer this guy, I mean, what do you think? Are we gonna have a sarcastic Faolaning or a? I feel like he wouldn't be very straight to the point. He does have a single brain cell, but I'm not sure if that brain cell could do sarcasm or whether it would just be like a... I don't know. The yassification of Skyrim. What do we think? I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? We're really here to just do silly quests and punch people. So
yes.
We're gonna mash that motherfucking... yes.
You saw this dragon with your own eyes?
Did we not just answer this? We did.
Fine, what do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls against the dragon?
Yeah, nah, I'm not actually staying for this. I'm gonna have to just so I've got the quest so we don't have to revisit this later. But we're going to Riften, because we have a friend to pick up. I think I just overwrit one of the things because I crouched and it gave me a pickpocket option and the Jarl was like, "Hey!" Which is exactly the same reaction I have to Faolaning whenever he's doing something he shouldn't be.
Fun theme.
Well done.
Look at the tail!
Help me out on your own initiative. You've done Whiterun a service, and I won't forget it. Here.
Best boy in Ego. Yeah, we're gonna go and get him. Studied Imperial armor? That's disgusting.
Suitable for someone of your particular talent? Come, let's go find Farengar.
Let's not find Farengar. You know what? Fuck Farengar and fuck your stupid studied Imperial armor. Nonsense. I'm not going to Bleak Falls Barrow. I'm not going to Bleak Falls Barrow. I refuse. I wish there was a way to just mod Bleak Falls Barrow out of the game in its entirety.
I mean, there is that one live again that gets you past it so you don't have to do the thing.
Is there?
Yeah, there is that one of the mods lets it so that you can skip the whole Bleak Falls battle. It just loads you in with the claw.
Ah,
Or with the thing.
that's cool. Hey, Nocturne, yes, best boy in Eagle. We're gonna go pay him a visit just now. We also have immersive carts. That's another thing we've got.
Where do you want to go?
Which is actually a pain in the arse because it means that I need to remember where. I
And
mean,
everything is, yeah.
the Rift has Riften,
Climb and back.
so we'll go there. We're on our way to Riften, so we'll be a good boy and jump in and go to Riften with our tail hanging through the carriage. Hey, we don't need collision. To be honest, like, in some ways, I'm kind of excited of what an Elder Scrolls 6 could look like, right? Kind of. But I then think of how ugly all of the characters in, like, Fallout 4 and Fallout 76 are, and I'm terrified that they would use that engine
So,
and that...
Do you follow Grandma, Skyrim Grandma?
no,
Curry.
I don't.
So they've actually, for the new Skyrim, they actually motion captured her face so that she, even if she will not live long enough to play it, she will be in the game.
Oh, that's nice.
So they're using motion capturing to do the faces for the next Elder Scrolls.
Okay.
That's
slightly more promising than
yeah.
the horrible. I mean, I cannot stress how much I hate the Fallout 4 like just faces and like the settlers that they've obviously put through some sort of like custom generator to like wheel out random settlers.
Call it what you want.
You don't pay, you're not getting in, you fucking dicks. What do you think? Should we intimidate or should we pay? Hey, Molotov, thanks for the
Intimidate.
follow.
He's got the one punch that can take them out. Or you can go with Persuade too, above.
So we got rejected from our Persuade.
Oh, well, I go with Intimidate then.
You're obviously a thief.
I think you'd be a little smarter than that.
Oh. I'm not paying 83 gold to get into town, you fucking dickheads.
You want in? You need to cooperate.
Oh, fucking dicks. I mean, if this, should we just save and kick the shit out of them? That's
if you want.
If you decided to pay the visitor.
Oh god, okay, I don't have one punch. I don't have one punch. Oh, I can't fucking see. And I'm getting clobbered to death. Okay. F in chat. Well, quick load. See, that's weird though, because normally, whenever I've gone into Riften before, as a Nord might I add, I always get let in. Funny that. Right, how much gold do I have? Killed by lag. Yeah, it was the lag. I agree. I got 18 gold. Fuck! Okay, so we're like stranded here. We need to go and find some gold from somewhere. In our whole... I mean, in fairness, we can fast travel, so we can do whatever we want.
In the middle of the rift too, where it's just bears.
Yeah, there's no caves nearby that we can really like reap riches from or anything like that. It's Are we gonna have to do Bleak Falls Barrow? Just punch our way through Bleak Falls Barrow, fight that giant spider. Is there not a way in through the docks? Yeah, we could give that a go. Although I'm not sure if that's locked as well. But there is a back entrance. Holy shit, this lag is bad. I don't know why it's still like that. Also, who are these guys?
What do you need?
Speak.
Who the fuck are you? Dustan. Also, you just look like a vampire. What the fuck?
Good afternoon.
Juliet. I mean, that just seems like modded character nonsense. Haha, joke's on you. I will... Oh, fuck. Yeah, I mean, it's not just Riften. It's like the whole game. the whole game. I'm on 3 FPS at the moment. This is gonna damage my eyesight permanently. When I end the stream and I go back to viewing things and like, what's the normal FPS for humans?
I think the normal FPS for humans is about 100 unless you have glasses and or severe astigmatism.
What do you need?
Yeah, I was just thinking like there's obviously like 144 FPS, which is like standard if you're gaming.
I think you might have to come out the game and disable things again.
Yeah.
Just to make it so that we're not losing our vision.
Okay, cool. That's what we'll do then. Why?
We
What's
can keep
going
acting
on?
in the meantime.
No, you can use the north gate, or you can head to the next city.
God, the Riften guards are fucking dickheads, eh?
I have never been rejected before, so I have to imagine it's because you're a Khajiit. Because normally, if I do play Khajiit, I've normally got a speech up by the time I get to Riften.
Yeah. I mean, in fairness, this is all for an ego. Right, so I've saved it. We're going to quit. We're going to go to desktop. I'm going to jump it back onto just chatting. Hello for everyone who's just joining us. And we're going to turn off something else. What do you think? Are we going to turn off beards? We want to keep an ego, obviously, because an ego's the best boy. We could maybe turn off realistic water.
I would try realistic water and also maybe verdant to see what we get to. I turn off 2 of them and then you could try adding 1 back in to see if it makes a difference.
Maybe the outposts as well. Aurascala makes a good point. Where is the outpost? I think it's a Civil War mod. Civil War Checkpoints is the name of it. I reckon it's that. And grass. Anything with grass. Your ass is grass. Your FPS is ass is grass. Right, let me deploy it again and see if my computer doesn't have a stroke. Again, I do still think it was Schlongs of Skyrim that was holding up everything, and now it's just like
holding everything together. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it was the duct tape for my whole setup, and now it's just gone. But even like re-enabling all of it would probably not help it either. It would still fall apart. Okay, we're nearly there. We've got the deployment going. I'm wondering, so the outposts, the buildings themselves, but it also adds a bunch of NPCs, which might dick around with the amount of scripting that can happen on screen at once. Because I remember one of the biggest issues I had whenever I tried to mod Fallout 4, because like Fallout 4's got some great mods that makes like settlements a bit more autonomous. There's one called Sim Settlements, which I really like. But the problem that mod ran into is that there was like an actual cap on the amount of scripts the game can run at any time. And you just had like new settlers who joined your settlement just stood in the middle of the settlement doing absolutely nothing, and they all just stood there. And sometimes it was like 20 settlers that were just standing around not even like idle animations. They were just standing, and you were like, nope, it's too creepy. Can't have that. Need to leave now. You had lag like this.
Previous thing I've had is the mannequin mod for the armor, where the mannequins start T-posing.
yeah.
If you go to sleep in a room that has mannequins in it, sometimes you'll wake up and they'll have moved and they'll be T-posing next to your bed. It's horrible.
It's like the worst fucking experience. I think it's 32 gigs. I've got two 16 gigs of RAM. I kind of want to get up to 64, but it's not a massive priority at the moment, I don't think. Vanilla Fallout 4. Yeah, that too. It's weird though, because like with a lot of Bethesda games, I remember playing like Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. I have played a bunch of times. I've played Fallout New Vegas more than I have 3, but I distinctly remember all of the DLCs for New Vegas. and I remember a lot of the DLC of Fallout 3. The only one that I'm not as familiar with Fallout 3 is is Point Lookout, and the one that you do after you complete the main quest. So those two. I'm familiar with the other three. I know the Pit, I know the Mothership Zeta, and I know Operation Anchorage. However, I just like I really I'm completely lost when it comes to like the Skyrim DLC. Like I barely remember Dawnguard, and I barely remember was it the Dragonborn DLC? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, there's the Homestead one. There's the Hearth of the Dragonborn, and then there's the
It's like the legacy. No,
the Legacy of the
Is
takes
it?
you to Soulstown.
Yeah, that one. And then when it comes to Fallout 4, like DLCs for Fallout 4 were pish, were they not? Was there not one that was like, we're gonna take you to like the Raiders theme park, and then if you were a good character, you just couldn't do anything in the DLC except kill them all, and you could finish the DLC within about 20 minutes. Like you go in as a really overpowered character, slaughter absolutely everyone. There was like 3 main gangs, and then just saunter off, because why not? And my ass juicy, Fallout New Vegas was amazing, and Fallout 4 was ass. I didn't like Fallout 4. And I remember when Skyrim came out, I moaned about the guilds in Skyrim, because I don't think they were very well done. I remember loving the Oblivion's factions a lot more, because there was actually the Fighters Guild that became the Companions, but then even the Thieves Guild with was it the Grey Hood? Is that his name?
Yeah, that's Grey Hood in Oblivion.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Oblivion's still a great game.
Oh yeah, no, Oblivion's fantastic. Big fan of my hero of Kvatch. I always remember there was that sense of awe when you
It's
first.
you, the hero of Kvatch.
Yeah, but there was the sense of awe when you first went through an Oblivion gate, and then you had to fight up a Daedric tower that was fucking lava everywhere. It was amazing.
It was a nightmare. I remember the first time I was about maybe 15 or whatever. I remember playing it. It was one of my first it was my experience of one of my first games like this, and it just beat my ass so many times. But it was so addicting to try and beat it.
Okay, I think we're getting there. Is this... Oh, wait, fuck, hold on. Is this smoother for anyone? As I turn over to a completely black screen. I'm going to fast travel to Whiterun. Someone's apparently looking for me in Whiterun. Don't know who. Yeah, Morrowind has a very, very steep, getting back into it. Because, just general quality of life stuff that's quite natural in games isn't there. See, that's a bit better, I'm guessing. Kinda.
It looks smoother on my stream.
It does look a bit smoother. I'm just gutted that my Civil War checkpoints are gone. Added so much girth to towns and cities. That's right. I'm going to use girth in a context that's not its usual.
Thing is, though, you can keep that for yourself. You can enjoy that girthiness on your own, and the rest of us won't get motion sick when we watch this.
Yeah, exactly. My Skyrim erection mods are fantastic. I have dozens of them. It is quite incredible, the power of human creativity. I'm gonna term it like that. The power of human creativity when it comes to modding, games. It's hard not to look away when you encounter some of them, but just casually browsing mods, and it was I think one of the top downloaded of all time is basically big bouncy anime titties mod. That is the Skyrim mod of choice.
It's not. They don't call it that. They call it the physics mod.
Ah, yes, of course. Sorry, but then there was for obviously there's Skyrim Legendary Edition and Skyrim Special Edition. And with Skyrim Legendary Edition, which I've always used, that wasn't one of the top downloaded mods. The moment I went on to Skyrim Special Edition, which obviously contains the Anniversary Edition as well as VR, you had like bouncy VR boob physics. So like in
what you can do with 64-bit versus 32-bit.
So in VR you can lift up a character's boob. Yeah, you can grope people in VR. I hate the way technology is works. We're all going to go to hell. Right, let's I know it's still quite choppy, but like let's just roll with it. Oh, that
It's
bandit.
much better than it was.
You say that. Now we're in combat, it's a completely different story. I have no idea. I mean, I'm getting absolutely fucked by the lag during combat here. Oh my god, this is shocking. Yeah, this is not good. I mean, I say that, but I'm literally one-hit killing fucking everything. God, we're gonna end up doing a vanilla Skyrim playthrough at this point.
We probably will. I'm just thinking that, yeah.
It's I don't know how this is so rough, because I'm not joking.
The other one that
Look
you
at
were,
the texture there.
Yeah, the other one that you were doing with your main was working fine.
Was
I don't know why
absolutely
this
fine.
is so different.
I mean, I don't know what's happened to the texture there. Look at the difference. Are you seeing that?
What we get for making fun of Morrowind is coming back to get us.
Oh. Oh. Okay, I just fell through the floor. Uh-huh. Okay. I mean, look how nice the skies are, though. You're never taking the skybox away from me. That's banned.
Be interesting to see if the daylight comes and it gets better.
That actually would be maybe worth a try. So let's see. I've only got to wait a couple of hours. I have absolutely no idea why the game's so choppy with my computer apps. I've got a 3080 running my machine. I've got like an Intel i9 processor. I've got 32 gig of RAM. There's literally nothing that would really be fucking me here.
I think as an experiment, I would even try loading your other characters to see if it does something different.
My worry is now, though, that I'm going to load up the other character, and the other character absolutely shits the bed because I've disabled a bunch of mods. I could do it, but I feel like I'm risking a little bit there. But I'll try it, just to give it a go. Okay, I'm going to spawn in Blue Palace, so that's... Nothing's going to be too bad there. If it's as choppy, I'm carrying too much to be able to run, apparently. I've got a dragon bone greatsword. What am I carrying that's too heavy? What's... Oh, my carry weight is 453 out. Wait a minute. There we go, I'm fine. Don't know why I was saying it was too heavy there. Is it just me? Is that the original Stormcloak insignia? Or is that a mod that's added that as the Stormcloak insignia?
I thought the original Stormcloak one was blue.
Yeah, so did I. I'm getting I'm getting Nazi vibes, to be honest. Oh. Yeah, this is a binfire of a mod. But there's an Ego wearing full ebony armor because he's a king. Look at him go. Right, okay, so that seems... I don't know about you guys, but what do you think? That seems...
That one seems playable.
Yeah, that's not too bad, so... Right, let's go back to main menu. Again, it might just be, like, the game needs to work through its pain. Right, what were we going? Auto Skyrim. There we go. But the thing is that I've got one save where it actually runs the game fine, and I've got another save where the game is crawling. I mean, I
wonder if it's the body sliders, because you've got the Khajiit that's been modded.
Yeah, but I've got a Nord that's modded in the other one.
Hmm. Then I have no idea.
Ah! I mean, that's... You know what we're going to do, and folk are going to hate me for it. We're going to do Bleak Falls Barrow, and I'm just going to see if it shuggles the game into behaving. Because I'm thinking Bleak Falls Barrow is probably the first area that's like... There's a lot to load, because it's like one fluid dungeon. And we'll do it fisticuffs, so we'll be fighting like hell. But we go up there, don't we? And then I'll get out of this stupid Stormcloak curious thing. That is how you say that word, right? Curious. Curious? Curia? It's not French.
Now that you've said it, I don't know how to say it anymore.
Yeah. Curious. Not to offend any Americans watching, but that's how I imagine an American would pronounce it if it was a French word. It's like people who still say stuff like chipotle. Curious. Curious? It could be curious. I don't know. I'm a big fan of throwing people off with hard pronouncing fajitas. Get fucked!
Just triggered someone's fight or flight response with that one.
No mercy for bandits. Holy shit, I'm not sure if it's like... Do you think it's just because I'm a Khajiit and I'm doing unarmed and it's like, it's counting that as being super powerful really early on, so I'm just getting kill moves on people?
Faye?
It seems to be... Is it got something to do with the mountains, do you think? I don't know why it would, but...
Do you have one of the mountain mods installed?
What?
Do you have one of the mountain mods installed?
I think I've got something to, like texture-wise, probably. Or like...
That would definitely be fucking at them.
Oh no, what? I've uninstalled! I've uninstalled these mods! I promise you all, they are disabled, they are turned off, they are not there, they're gone.
The body slider one that you have defaults to nudity.
Well, default to nudity, son of a...
You have to install an underwear patch to make them not nude.
The never nude mod. There's dozens of us, dozens! Okay, so now I just can't take armor off of any of my fallen enemies, so I'm gonna have to smith everything. Fantastic. Do you think we should see about the mountains, or...?
I would try, because now that you've mentioned the mountains, I would take that off, because there's mountains everywhere in Skyrim.
Yeah. Okay, right. This is our last ditch effort, and then we'll just have to brute force it basically. So back to this. Let's go to Vortex. It's the Majestic Mountains main file. That's what it is.
That one slows my computer even when I'm not streaming.
Right. Okay. Okay. Oh.
Just for record, just for reference.
Right. Okay.
If you'd started off with I've modded the mountains, I would have immediately said take that off.
Turns out all of the rest of them have actually been fine. It's purely been this mountain file that's been fucking me. I could bounce a septum off that bum. I'm guessing that's a septim as in the coin as opposed to septum piercing. But you probably could do that as well. Majestic Mountains is not another mood mod. Oh man. Sorry that this stream has literally just been...
You know what though? You can't figure it out until you play it.
I know.
In your mod in Skyrim. So this has been the test one, so then next week we'll actually be running fine.
I just want to meet my pal Inigo, man. That was the whole point of this stream, was just so everyone could be like, hey, that's Inigo. What a cool guy. Right. Let's hope this works. We've got to the main menu as far as I'm aware. Adjusting mods every 10 minutes is the truth of Skyrim. You're not wrong, but I see that and I will raise you modding Fallout 4 and enjoying modding so much that when it actually comes round to playing Fallout 4 that you just don't, because you don't want to. That is another experience.
Well, modding's a whole other different hobby from gaming.
Oh yeah. And it's not even actually doing the modding, it's arranging the mods. Like, but yeah, I think that's one thing that I've ran into, is just why would you want to play Fallout 4 when the modding experience is so much more fun? Right. Okay, I think I've seen a performance increase significantly.
Substantially, yeah. Next time, lead with the mountains. Tell me you have mountain mods installed.
The ground looks like ass, but hey. Hey, look guys, we might actually have a playable game now. He says as he still struggles on, like... In fairness though, we spawned in an area that's... Why are all these guys naked now?
Are they?
Well, they're not naked, but they're all, like, topless.
That's just how their armor is for some of them.
Oh, okay. Wait, is that another... That's another Khajiit. Faolaning doesn't play nice. Right, let's get into Bleak Falls Barrow, where suddenly our FPS will jump up to 60 and you'll get the crispiest fucking gameplay you've ever seen in your life. Oh, I tell you what though, like, vanilla Skyrim does look, like, kinda rough. Grab some leather armor and look away quick. I will try my best. Blind Panda Bear, thanks very much for the sub. It's fur armor. Do I want fur armor? What do we think? That is light armor.
You can use it for now, and if there's anything... I think there's better stuff at the end of this, but I would upgrade your stuff just now.
Okay. Bit weird if you're already furry. Yeah, I can't take my armor off. I think, yeah, Twitch would have issues. Right, you are going to see Bum here, so just heads up. Oh no, he's wearing underwear!
At least he died face down.
He did. He's also wearing...
This is when we find out that the mountain mod was the one that was causing bums.
That would be pretty funny. Sneaky, sneaky.
I'm trying to eat a packet of crisps and there is a dog very intently watching me. I'm not used to this. My dog does not scrounge.
What's Holly Mob's favourite crisp?
Polymob does not eat crisps. She will politely sniff them. She will even occasionally lick them, but then she will very politely hand them back to you, like no, thank you.
Oh, okay.
With Hazel here, who's the dog we are dog sitting,
Ah.
anything goes apparently.
Sorry, I never knew that unarmed combat in Skyrim was so much fucking fun. Like, you grab people, you lift them, and you fucking body slam them into the ground. It's brilliant. I find it funny that there's also a mod that actually mods the pick locking out of the game.
Oh god, I know.
Like, the problem is like, I remember, see when this became, like, see when this was released, like, I mean, I say more like kind of Fallout 3, but I remember the Oblivion pick, the Oblivion lock picking was totally different. And then like Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, and Skyrim have the same pick locking. Same with Fallout 4 actually as well. And it's not good.
No. There's one that makes it more like the Thief lock picking, which is much
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
From Thief games it mimics that one, but even then I take it out.
Because was Dishonored not similar lockpicking to this actually?
Dishonored doesn't have lock picking.
Oh, it does not.
No.
There's a mod that adds orgasmic sounds to lockpicking. Holy shit. Joy, you need to add one to your list.
That'll be the After Dark stream that I do later on.
You know what? That's the first time that I've realised that that guy will happily walk over and pull the lever.
Yep. If you let him.
Yeah, I don't think in my ever.
Too quick to kill him.
Yeah, I normally just charge in and chop him to bits. Because why wouldn't I? So what way? Snake, whale. Boom. Such a clever cat. Even with one single brain cell, Faolaning was able to crack the case. And minor healing. We'll read Thief. That gives us Pickpocket increased, which is not too surprising. And we'll pick up some of the shit here. I'm pretty sure there's like, what are they called? Skeevers down here. Is that what they? Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. And fuck you. No mercy. Punch all.
Literally just a cat swatting at vermin like, no, dead.
Dead, dead. Hey, thanks for the follow, Summer Snow. Just so you know, guys, if you do follow me, you actually get access to emotes without subscribing. So you get access to like a kind of, you know, basic tier of emotes. And that allows you to vote aye or no on things. Also, that is a spider. I hate it. Oh, God.
Spiders in this game are the one reason I use range a lot of the time.
Yeah. Fuck spiders, man. Also, this guy's a dick, is he not? He is.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think we just immediately kill him, or do you let him run away and then kill him?
I mean, it's a very cat-like thing to toy with them.
That. Oh God, oh fucking hell. Okay, apparently Faoling's very much a murder cat. Just, I didn't expect that single hit to like. This
Crumple him to the ground.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that I got killed by Riften guards in a way that like proved that I didn't just have this like insta kill mod on, because that's what it's been like for nearly everything else. Fuck Draugr. Fuck everything. We're still getting kind of rough frame rates, to be honest.
In combat, yeah.
Which is weird, because there's nothing in combat that, like... I mean, I wouldn't say there's anything in particular that's, like, modded to be hellish, you know?
Could just be because you're streaming.
Yeah, to be honest, it probably is. It's probably my computer going, you're streaming and you're trying to run a whole bunch of mods. You're trying to run a whole bunch of mods without the Schlongs of Skyrim mods. It's the one thing I depend on. Come on. A couple of people in the Discord were talking about playing, like, Warhammer is something that I've never really played, and that I know nothing about. So don't ask me anything about Warhammer. I've got no idea what you mean, right? But I've been playing. I downloaded. Was it Vermintide? Is the name of one of the games, and it's like it's like a fantasy Left 4 Dead, and oh joy, there's an elf with a really bad Scottish accent.
Oh great! Fantastic.
But what I will say is that the elf does say things like "Glaikit," which
really
is new.
That's
almost.
surprisingly nice.
Yeah, it's a bit unusual, but it's to be honest, I actually need to check whether the voice actor is Scottish, but you know, I'm not sure if it's like
We're just ripping into somebody's accent.
But you know, it's like I'm just thinking like kind of Kelly MacDonald and Brave kind of levels of Scottish. If you had a chance to change your fate, would you?
They really exaggerate Scots, yeah.
Yeah, it's always a sore listen to.
Well, that's like an Outlander. All the actors are putting on fake accents.
Yeah.
None of they were watching what was it, the two men in a band and the two guys from Outlander go around Scotland. They don't sound like their characters in Outlander, and people were shocked and were going,
Yeah.
That is their accent though. That is still their Scottish accent. It's just for the Outlander they're putting on these hammed up Hawkeye the Now accents.
Yeah.
Don't exist outside of
Media.
specific TV shows.
Yeah. I think that's the thing that always kind of like annoys me a little bit when it comes to TV shows, is that there is this thing, like, and so since I've joined TikTok, I've also seen like lots of folk they're like, oh, when he has an accent kind of things, and they do like the wee reactions, and it's like they always have like when he has a Scottish accent, and it's Scottish accents are very, very varied, and not all of them are nice.
There's also the fetishization of it is weird.
Yeah.
Since I started doing these streams with you, I've had some inappropriate messages, shall we say.
Oh, really?
And because I don't normally speak, people don't normally hear me talk as much as this.
I'm
and
sorry.
I've had some people sending me rather inappropriate things on Tumblr, and I've just ignored them. But
you can't not tell us. You're killing
I
me over here,
trying-
Joy.
I was trying not to encourage it.
No,
But,
do it.
There's been some messages that are going, "Oh, you sound pure sexy like," and all that, and I'm just like, you realise I have the broadest, most nondescript Scots accent possible. Like it's very, I don't know.
I always.
It was very fetishy and very kind of, oh, you know, I just want a, you know, one of the comments was really weird, and I think it must have been from one of those, you know, the kind of the true Scots blood accounts or whatever. But it was
I know them well.
one of those, I want a real woman who sounds like you, and I'm going,
Yes.
right, what does that mean?
You know what? I know exactly what you're talking about, and there is a particular guy, a particular type of guy that whenever he speaks to a woman who's from like a different country, will play up that woman is like a true insert country here woman.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
it's always like so odd. Like it never comes across well ever. And yeah, it's just like weird kind of fetishization.
Well, it's the idea that you know they're from a different, you know, they think in some way that the place that you are from is less modern than there, or where they're there from. So they have this idea of the past that is romanticized because, well, obviously you're from an old country to them, regardless of the fact that our country has some of the most innovative, you know,
We invented the
tech.
telly.
You know, we invented the TV for God's sake, and then people say to us, "Do you even have television in Scotland?" As if we don't have fucking electricity. You know, it's that kind of, they think that you're in an old world, so therefore your values are old, regardless of the fact that you know, we're not in a vortex of time.
That title is like, oh yeah, woman from country outside of America is a traditional woman by the very nature of belonging to a country with history longer than like 200 years.
Yes.
And when I say that, I mean specifically colonial history.
Yes, exactly. And it's one of the things I've been getting since I started doing these streams is very much, you know, there's some people that are nice. There's some people that know I'm very insecure about my voice because I had the whole the civilized Scot thing I used to get when I was working for the English publishing house. And it put me off speaking for a long time because I didn't want to it gave me, it was the whole Scottish cringe thing, you know.
Yeah, no, 100%.
We had the Scottish cringe before it was an internet term, and it made me not want to use it. So there's some people that have been lovely. There's some people that have been, your voice is lovely, you shouldn't hide it, and blah blah blah, which is very appreciated. And then there's the fucking weirdos who are very much just, they want you to say specific things on stream, or like how, you know, and I'm like, no, I'm not, unless you were paying me, no, and even then, no.
I've had many a purple burglar alarm, and like folk have asked me to say that, but quite a lot of Scottish accents can do it, and they've watched that one video where it's like, you know, just someone from Glasgow kind of struggling with it who probably can't enunciate a lot of words properly in their usual speech, and it's like, oh, all Scottish people can't fucking say this. It's purple burglar alarm. It's not that.
See, I'm not going to be able to do it now. Purple burglar alarm. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, but there's some accents, but even within Glasgow, there's like, you can travel 5 miles and the accent shift.
Yeah.
So it's really like, I'm interested to see if you can one punch the Overlord.
No, it's not happening.
No.
I'm getting there though. The only problem actually is there's no block when it comes to like unarmed. Like you can't keep, like, you can't have your guard up. Like it just punches with the left, which I find silly.
Can you imagine you've been asleep in your tomb and you wake up and some fucking cat just swats you into the ass?
It's like, fuck you in particular. And the problem is I don't have any healing stuff at the moment. I don't have any healing spells, so we're just gonna have to survive on potions. I think we can buy a healing spell at some point. Yeah, I think when it came to like my accent, and it's unfortunately just due to studying abroad, but like I spoke with quite like a Falkirk punter accent, and then unfortunately went away where it got like really quite dampened, and it generally kind of upsets me a little bit that I lost a lot of my young accent. New mod to add unarmed blocking. That is a thing. Okay, cool. I don't see why it wouldn't be a thing. It's quite natural, I imagine, to be able to block. Rather than using LT to left punch. Like an idiot. Okay, so first of all, we're going to Riverwood, and we can't fast travel as I fall. Excellent.
If there's a problem with Bethesda games, modders will fix it. If there's a Bethesda game, modders will fix it. That's all you have to say. Not if there's a problem. The problem is implied. It's a Bethesda game.
I mean, to be honest, the reason why Elder Scrolls 6 has taken so long is because they've actually fully developed the game. They've just given it to modders now, and you fucking do the rest of it. We did our best. Right, I'm now giving the claw back so that the sexy woman and her brother will like me.
And give you discounts.
The reason why I'm saying it is because I remember there was nothing particularly special about any of the Skyrim women, and then this mod has just made them all into this. They all look the same now. Camilla
This is just
Valerius.
one person's fetish.
It is. It's like a very specific face. Did something happen? Someone stole my golden claw. You mean this golden claw? Be funny if he just held out his paw there. Faoling's golden claw. It's not even a claw, actually. It's like a claw would be the bit at the end, right?
Yeah. It's like some poor saw's wrist and claws.
I find that weird that gold was lying on the table there that wasn't, like, it wasn't flagged red. Neither's
well,
that...
After you do him the favour, he doesn't mind you picking up spare change.
Oh. He doesn't mind me picking up this iron sword.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cheese wheel.
Put that down.
Never! Oh, I didn't even mean to pick it up. I'm now carrying it. Ah, cheese wheel's mine now. That's... I'm taking it as payment.
You can have anything from my store, cheese wheel.
Steal the cheese wheel and run away. Right, what's next? Are we going to try and get into Riften? Are we going to have to pay to get into Riften? That's such bullshit, isn't it? Buy a healing spell.
It is.
Does he
But
sell?
the good thing is you can...
I don't think he
the
sells
dude
any.
in Whiterun does.
Ah, okay. That's what we'll do. We'll go into Whiterun, we'll sell some shit, and then we'll get enough that we can enter Riften, and then we're going to free Inigo. Fast travel to the stables rather than the actual city. Bugger.
Well,
God.
it means you can also test and see if the frame rate's better outside the city as well. There's been one giant test stream.
To be honest, I actually think that see if I just removed all the mods and played vanilla, even though I've got all this, I almost guarantee you I'd still get fucking 11 frames per second. Because this is ass. Like, this is... I'm not sure if it's because I'm streaming. And I think that's the thing I'm worried about, is that it's like... It's the stream that's killing it, which means that... this,
I mean,
I'm gonna have to rethink a lot.
If it is, next Kofi goal is for upgrading your RAM.
yeah, it's like we're gonna go from 32 to 64 gigabytes. We're gonna have, although I'm pretty sure that Skyrim probably caps it. Probably similar to Fallout 4.
But it helps with the actual streaming though. Because I know for some people when they're streaming Skyrim, they have a dedicated computer just for capturing the stream.
So the thing is that actually my graphics card is actually doing all of the encoding for the streams. Don't I start with a healing spell? Apparently I do. Holy shit. Okay. Well, now I just feel like a fucking idiot. Okay, that's fine. Well, we still need to sell stuff so we can safely get into the racist Riften place.
Plenty of streamers have large mod lists and worse computers and stream the game smoothly. Something is going on. Yeah, I mean, it could just be something that you need to test randomly through the week.
It's because I deleted the porn mods, and when I delete the porn mods, suddenly the game decides to cave in on itself. Also, we've got way more gold than we actually need. Right, what are we getting rid of?
Not the cheese wheel.
We're not getting rid of any cheese wheels. They're all mine now. The load-bearing schlong mod, exactly. How are fur shoes more armor than fur boots? How does that work? They're fucking slippers. Slippers are more protective. Iron armor.
Better reinforced heels.
I'm gonna sell the storm cloak. Cutie ass. We don't really need any weak poison either. The one thing about Skyrim that does kind of bug me is whenever you run into the problem with you know, you kill like one dragon and then suddenly you're like over encumbered for fucking ages.
Yes.
And it's like, I'm not sure if they meant that in a way that you could like... I'm not sure if they meant it so that the player was like constantly looking at their inventory, being like, oh, I need to optimize this because I want to make room for like the valuable dragon bones, but at the same time...
When you kill your first dragon, you typically have your house carl with you, and you're supposed it's your introduction to getting them to you carry a lot of your inventory.
You don't get a house carl until after you kill the dragon, I thought.
Oh, that's right, it is after.
Yeah.
Then I don't know.
Or do you get the house carl after you go to Bleakfall? Maybe it's the mission, and then you get the house carl.
I think it's Bleakfall that gives you the. Is it the? Someone remind. It's been so long since I played main game. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Anybody that's played it more recently, chime in please and correct me.
I mean, I've played it recently, but I just ignored Lydia because I was like, I'm going for Inigo.
Inigo's really funny with Lydia because he hates her. If you have her with you, even if she's just in your house and you bring Inigo in, he absolutely just kind of stares at her and goes, "Yep, nothing on." I think one of his lines is, "Lights are on, no one's home."
Oh, yeah. Sorry. You know the kind of like. I always remember this woman actually.
My God, that is some modding on
Oh,
her.
they've modded the fuck out of her. Like she's a right wing commentator on Twitter.
She really is. And
she's a Fox News anchor.
The thing that really sucks is she's like a very Brienne of Tarth type character in the OG, and that's fantastic. And they've made her into this.
The yassification of Meow the Lioness.
Ugh.
As opposed to Maul, the lion. There's Meow the Lioness, and then there's Maul. What's it to you? I'm not scared of you.
That's the wrong answer. Last thing the Blackbriars need around here is some
Oh god, the frames, man.
piece of the action.
People walking in stop motion.
Blackbriars have ripped it in their pocket, and the Thieves Guild watching their back.
Right.
Me, I'm Maul. I watch the streets for them. And you're stupider than you look. You better watch your ass around here.
Fuck off, Maul. Dickhead.
I'm really getting tired of your excuses.
Oh, holy mother of frames. Maybe this is some... I mean, in fairness, I was out all day, otherwise I would have, like, tested this aggressively. But it's... For some reason, it's just running like ass. You know what? I'm worried I'm going to end the stream and then it'll be fine. Right, we're going to go into Rift in Jail because we want to meet our best friend and best boy, our partner in crime for the rest of the streams, however long they go on for.
Hey, you're not supposed to be down here. Official business only.
God, everyone here likes a bribe, eh?
Sure, and I'm
It is Riften.
Yeah.
just fine. Go on ahead. I mostly deal with petty thievery and drunken brawl.
The fuckboy mod is the Romance of Skyrim, where
Yeah.
that one's very, very fuckboy.
Yeah,
I modded that one myself so that the guy couldn't speak. I was like, "You're fine to look at, but just don't open your mouth."
Oh man, is that the Bad Boys of Skyrim mod?
No, this one was literally the Romance of Skyrim, and it's this whole... The plot's basically stolen from fanfic, and the main character has a wolf boy. The only reason I have him is because he has a pet wolf, and I love the wolf, but the guy can fuck off. He's very much alpha, aggressive romance character hero, and he's very, very kind of like... forces you up against the wall and kisses you, and you can't help but love him. And I'm like, nope, I'm here for your wolf. I don't want you. So I modded it so that he had no autonomy, and he just follows me around like a warrior. And I'm like, that's all I want from you. That's all you need to be.
That's all you're good for.
Yep.
We've got the boy.
Come to kill me at last, have you? Thank the gods. I can bear the guilt no longer.
What the fuck are you talking about, Inigo?
Be
Wait, do you know me?
I am in no mood for jokes. Strike me down. Take your revenge.
I honestly have no idea what you're talking about.
Don't remember? That is my fault also. I am your so-called
Inigo absolutely racked with guilt, and my main character, very flailing like, single brain cell.
guilty.
Single brain cell. He's actually next to me here.
Does he been saying his name all this time?
Uh-huh.
After I shot you, I
Nah,
finally
he's
realized my
he's currently
mistake.
battling with
Turned
Aoife.
myself in.
Aoife's hanging around the side of the door, and he's
Guards did not
locked in a cat duel with her.
I was wasting their
And by
time.
cat duel, I mean that they go really, really low to the ground and stare at each other.
It is where I belong.
I will try and grab the boy. He has just left, but I will go and chase him. You can enjoy the. You can enjoy looking at Inigo's wee face in the meantime. Oh, you little minx! Get back here! You need to earn your rent. I can't believe it.
How we all doing? Waiting for the brain cell, yes. Inigo is also a boy with one brain cell. He is unfortunately very talented.
Literally had to run to the kitchen, grab him.
Another naked NPC. In fairness, he has a loincloth on.
Here he is! He's earning his rent now. And he's
Pissed
not
about
he's
it.
not happy about it, he's raging. This is the boy. Come on,
Naveen.
come on. This is the boy that our Khajiit is based off of.
Claws out.
could not be more annoyed. he was outside my office at the top of the stairs. I went out. He ran down the stairs in a kind of like, fuck you, you're not going to catch me. So I chased him, naturally. And he jumped up expecting treats on the kitchen counter. And I decided to wrestle him off and take him back upstairs. He was furious. Absolutely raging.
Thank the gods. I can
Also, for whatever reason, the dialogue stopped.
I know I must
Okay.
I am in
Right,
no
well,
mood for
honestly, I have no idea what we're talking about.
Just go back in again.
Yeah.
I was wasting their time. I
So, if you thought I was dead, then why are you here waiting for me?
wrong. I needed to repent. I need to repent.
I don't remember much, but it's clear you owe me. Come with me. Nah. If you thought I was dead, then why are you here waiting for me?
Tales of a remarkable adventurer, both brave and resourceful.
A remarkable adventure. We have done nothing in this game so far. We did Bleak Falls Barrow, and we escaped Helgen. That's it.
Are you going to kill me? Or
Also-
not?
Excuse you, Hazel.
Is Hazel getting a wee bit impatient?
She's barking at something at the window.
Oh.
I'm surprised my mic isn't.
Only when you're
Only-
talking. Only when
Only
you're...
when I'm talking.
Yeah.
Can anyone hear her?
Only when you're talking again. It's just... I heard light whiffs.
She's howling like there's some sort of beagle mix in her as well because she howls like a beagle. So it might be the dogs next door she's picked up on.
I see that I must relive it again. Your memory
A cheeky little
of
arf.
what was.
Ruff.
We met on a job.
Holly's sitting there like I would never talk over mother. Yeah.
Sitting there all aloof, just like, yeah. Never
Yes,
me.
she's sitting on her wee throne in my
Wouldn't
office
be
and
me.
she's sitting there like a wee queen going, no.
What kind of job?
Kind.
No.
We were hired by a lord called Dupan to kill his brothers. With them gone, Dupan would inherit a great fortune.
I don't know why, but there's something about meeting Inigo as a Khajiit which actually makes this make a bit more sense. I don't know why. But just like two Khajiit being hired by Lord Dupan to do something makes a bit more sense than like a random like Nord. No, go on.
Before we left, Dupan told me that if only one
Oh,
of us returned
Phelan's now
from the
battering
mission,
Aoife.
that one would get the other's reward also.
You can hear the bell in the background.
I was hooked on skooma at the time, and I had a bit of a debt problem. So
Oh, Aoife is doing her big old rage. I don't know. They're not in here. Are they on the stairs? Sorry. Aoife and Phelan do this thing all the time because they're siblings and they kind of battle each other. But it's they take it in turns basically. So like Aoife is small and like very much uses that to her advantage. She likes to basically start fights, and then the moment that Phelan turns around and is like, hang on a minute, she goes into like pure victimhood mode. And whenever you walk in on them fighting, if you hear them like fighting down the stairs or whatever, they always end up like, you know, Aoife's just pretending to be like super duper vulnerable, even though she's like bit his bum or whatever, and he's went, hey, cut it out. Oh no, it's done the fuck. It's oh man, sorry. We'll need to get through the Inigo dialogue. I'm just gonna mash A now. We've seen it all.
no, you don't remember? After I shot, they said I was wasting. I heard tape. I knew. It
Okay,
was
we're nearly there.
I see that I must.
What kind of job?
With
Yeah,
them gone,
no, go on.
before I was hooked on skooma at the
Of course, as a Khajiit, he was hooked on skooma. Khajiit, there's quite a bad kind of allegory for Khajiit. They're very much kind of hinted at being the like community of travelers.
Mm-hmm.
I tried.
With addiction issues and
Yeah.
alcohol and fighting. It's very stereotyping.
Yeah, and good at being thieves. Like it's literally
He's an evil like no other.
it's pretty bad. And actually, Joy, that's maybe an interesting thing to just chat about. Is that like obviously a lot of fantasy stuff has that problem when you're like creating like races. Obviously, you've got like the kind of historical races, but like, you know, I'm thinking about, you know, things like orcs and elves and like all that, like even dwarves. But like
About such things, my friend.
even new races. I mean, if you think like Star Trek and stuff like that,
For now,
Star Trek's pretty full of pretty obvious.
Yeah. It's a hard one, but I think there are ways of doing things respectfully. And the thing is, I don't think a lot of respect is paid. There are some parts of the Skyrim, the way they do the Khajiits, that I like that when you talk to the caravans, a lot of them say, "Oh, we have bad reputations, that they are wrong." And then if you start befriending them, they actually open up to you more and they are nicer to you. But it's a lot of it is very kind of one-dimensional, shall we say? And it plays on these. I mean, it's a problem of, you know, they're playing on stereotypes because it enables them not to have to do the world building, basically. It's there's ways of doing it. There's ways of making it better than what it is, especially when a lot of them are like with the Khajiit, it's supposed to be a very kind of I read about it saying it was supposed to be like a very kind of Arabic based, and then it just kind of plays into a lot of stereotypes from that as well, which people find very offensive, which they should.
what are we
Yeah.
But it's very one-dimensional storytelling. They rely on the stereotype to tell the story instead of actually telling the story, which is unfortunate, but it's a very common trope with fantasy, even modern fantasy.
Yeah, I mean, it's I mean, I think I don't know what I was watching or reading about it, but like, it was just this kind of. I mean, like, it doesn't matter what kind of, like whether it's sci-fi, whether it's fantasy, what universe it's in. The biggest problem is that kind of like treating like a race as a monolith, and
Mhm.
like if you have a fantasy book where you've got two different people from a particular race and they're not at all different in any way, like I think there's a difference between like the culture of a fictional race and like and having them all be the same.
Mhm.
Right, I'm trying to think of what we do now. We could try and do the yeah, this is we'll join the Thieves Guild. Feel like it's gonna play into like our sneaking and all the rest of it. And then we'll probably wrap it up for the stream when we get to the place. The
Thieves Guild.
yeah. What do you think? I mean, I think it makes sense for Faolaning to want to join the Thieves Guild.
I mean, he's a sneaky cat.
He is.
Extra hands are well simple.
I would say Aoife's probably more Thieves Guild, but I feel like it's quite natural for Faolaning to.
And the way you're playing him, he would be a great assassin character.
Oh yeah.
You tell me when you're ready.
Like I would totally how I enjoyed doing stealth playthroughs when I first did it was like I liked being like I always wore like the Nightingale armor.
Mhm.
That was like my go-to. Because
I used to get so far with the Thieves Guild storyline and keep their lockpick because you're supposed to get the lockpick back at the end to the goddess.
Yes.
I never ever finished that quest. I just because it's the one way you can get right on vanilla. It's the one way to get around the terrible lockpick system.
No, that's fair. Right, we need to steal Medesi's ring, and with that we need some cunning lockpick skills. Which I have, apparently. We don't just need to do one lockpick, we need to lockpick the chest as well. And then we need to pickpocket, which is not great. What you got planned for next week, Joy? You doing much?
I'm trying to get audiobook finished for what I'm basically just working. This is the
Nice.
I'm starting to get a slog of things. I'm trying to get the audiobook done and get that available, and then I'm starting on. I have 2-3 short stories I'm trying to get up for Patreon, and then I'm starting on the final rewrite for book 2. Basically, is what's happening. So
Nice.
that's my entire week is just work. So, but yeah, we've got most of the houses. I've demolished a lot of the house, so that's fine. So, and we're leaving it as that for a wee while. But other than that, my entire life from now until whenever is just writing.
Fair. Nice. And like when you say you're doing the kind of like final rewrite for book 2, what do you mean by rewrite? Is it like more just aggressive editing, or is it like you approach it from a...
So drafting is one thing, and then normally after something's drafted, you let it sit, and then you read it, and you see what parts of it work. And
Right.
sometimes you find that you have to rewrite parts of it because it no longer fits. Some people might consider it to be an aggressive form of editing, but as an editor, I don't see it as a form of editing. I see it as a rewrite.
Right. Okay.
So it's the difference between, someone might go, I'm just editing the story. I'd look at that as a full rewrite. And then hopefully after this, it will be good enough for editors to look at. Hopefully.
Right.
So
Okay.
we'll see.
No, that's cool. So it's like it's more a step in the process, and like
Yes.
letting it lie enough that your mind actually goes, okay, I can
Yeah,
see
so because you
where.
can't. A lot of the time when you're working on something, you stop being able to see the errors with it, or even the good parts of it, because you're just so immersed in it that it becomes impossible. So I always find it's best to do something. You do one draft and you let it sit for a wee while, and then you come back to it.
No, that's cool.
My problem is that I have 500,000 words of a giant manuscript that I did not intend to survive to edit now. So now I'm having to go back and rejigger everything, and I'm like, great, fantastic. I now have to redo all of this.
500,000 words. That's huge.
That's for those who are unaware. I was very, very poorly for a long time. I did not think I would survive to see my work being published, so I basically wrote the whole thing so that if anything happened, someone could edit it into books for me. So I have the entire story arc on my hard drive. I just need to now make it into actual legible books. So it's a lot more than I thought was there. I didn't think it was huge.
I mean, is that not essentially like 5 books worth? I mean, average 100k. That's
for romance, it's about 10.
Right.
So that was the issue I had with book 1, was that they were looking at it and that my editors were going, it's too big, and also the cost of printing would be astronomical. So it's very kind of, you have to look at it. 100k is when it stops being affordable to print things unless you have a publisher doing the printing for you. So I'm trying to keep everything under 100k, or roughly about 100k for each book now. So that's 5 books essentially. So what I thought would be a trilogy is now a 5-part series.
Oh, that's awesome though. No, that's good, and I'm very glad that you're here to publish your work.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, funnily enough.
It was literally about 6 months before I went in doing the anthology with my now editors. It was 6 months before I got my diagnosis, and it was like my brain just turned back on and I was able to do work again. So that was fantastic. But it was one of those things that I just had that file in my hard drive and I'm going, oh, someone can deal with that afterwards. And now I'm the person that has to deal with that, so joke's on me.
God damn it.
I should not have been so thorough with the world building. Fuck me, basically.
Oh, we've picked up unarmed gloves that do 10 additional damage. Let's pop these bad boys on.
Someone's about to get thrown through the brick wall.
Just One Punch Man becoming a thing. One Punch Cat. No, that's good. Looks like you've got a busy week ahead, though.
I do.
Oh, that's an eagle. Holy shit.
Don't punch an eagle.
I was like, why is there an angry Khajiit walking towards me? Oh, lowlife. One thing that I do like is Inigo's kind of no nonsense. Like the moment anyone starts on you, Inigo just fucking executes them in front of you. You're not even involved anymore. I could just be a...
You can alter how he fights as well, but I just leave him as is because that's what I want him for. I want him there as pure muscle.
He's just perfect, so you don't actually need anything else. Oh, we've got Songs of Skyrim. We can now play the lute.
And then when Inigo pulls a lute out.
Yes! We're going to be a travelling Khajiit unarmed bandits. Although, in fairness, I think Inigo has an ebony sword, which is just insane.
Well, he's got an ebony bow as well.
I find it quite weird that my Khajiit doesn't have a Khajiit voice. I mean, obviously it's not a voiced character, but...
there is someone modded a songbook, I think. I don't know if it's still available, but someone did do a modded songbook for Khajiit singers.
Oh, that would be cool.
I'll see if I can find it.
Do they just sing as like the normal songs as Khajiiters? They're like Khajiit folk songs that are... There's
very kind of Spanish themed songs that they put in, and that's supposed to be the Khajiit ones.
No, that's fine. I can dig that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Inigo's commentary there, it was like, I hope the Thieves Guild sell lockpicks. He's like, I've only got a few.
Oh, I just looked out the window and it's snowing.
Is that good snowing or bad snowing?
No, it means we're going back into winter. No.
Oh no, you've been fooled by the fake spring. The old one too.
Just wanted to get above freezing.
Now that I've whetted your appetite with our little scheme at the market.
Hi, Holly.
Deadbeats, what they do. The ORS organisation serious coin.
I want you to explain to them the error of their ways.
Sounds good. I think it's one of the things that I struggled with when I was like for a change, not just chasing doing all the content in Skyrim. Instead, I was like, I actually want to play a role-playing character, and they're gonna play a very specific way. But then you actually end up just locking yourself out of a whole bunch of content. So it's like my character didn't really want to be an enforcer for the Thieves Guild, making people pay money, and there was no way to actually, I think one of them just pays up straight away, but there's no optional way to encourage them to pay. So you have to smash the guy's vase. It just seems like such a dick thing to do. The game tries to make it a bit easier on the character though, because I think they do it in a way that is the people are kind of dicks, so you don't mind smashing their stuff up. Right, I think I'm gonna call it a night there, folks, as it is 11:15 and I've got work tomorrow. Next time I'm gonna fart around with this and see if I can get it running a bit better. I don't know what I will change, but I will basically try and toggle it to the point where it's not as choppy. And I would like to thank everyone who actually endured the stream, because it was fairly choppy at points. I say fairly choppy, extremely choppy at points. But hopefully we've got a kind of good start to our adventure. And the nice thing is that now we don't really need to. We've got an ego. We're doing a bit of the Thieves Guild, but after it's kind of open book on where we go, and it'll be mainly led by anyone who watches the stream. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna do the usual. I'm gonna drop the Discord link. And if anyone would like to support me on Ko-fi or Ko-fi or whatever we call it, I would really appreciate it. It helps me a lot, and it helps me do more things for the stream. One of those things is actually buying games to stream, which I think a lot of people are, as we go through the weeks, we're getting quite good at completing games. The only problem is I need to then replenish that gaming stash. Fall into Life, thanks very much for the cheer. And again, folks, if you want to follow me on Tumblr, or if you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm available at i4Scotland. You know the kind of logo and all the rest of it. But yeah, that's me. Joy, would you like to round up?
No, thanks for hosting the stream. Hopefully next week it won't be as choppy.
Those damn mountains.
Those damn mountains, honestly. Even when I'm not streaming, the mountains give me lag. So, but yeah, thank you for hosting again. Thank you for having me back. It's always fun.
No, lovely to have you. And one thing I would ask, if any of you are interested, hit the follow button. It actually really helps. If you're not following me on Twitch and you would like to see the next stream, we stream on Tuesdays and Wednesdays as well. So if you follow there, you'll be notified when we go live. I also post my times in the Discord and on Tumblr or Twitter or wherever you can get me. But yeah, follows help a lot, as does viewing. So again, thanks for that, and hope to see you on Tuesday. I'll be posting my schedule tomorrow, where we're starting. Oh my god, we have to start 2 new games next week, Joy. What are we gonna do? Well, fine. We'll sort something out. We're fine.
Yeah, figure it out.
All right. Thanks very much, everyone. Have a good night or evening,
Night all.
or wherever you are. Catch you in a bit. Bye-bye.
Bye.